Guys, yes, people, welcome back to my personal channel. Welcome back to another live stream. As obvious, we weren't able to do a live stream yesterday because we were both at the game, and I'm gonna be real, coming back straight for streams after the game when everyone's drinking. I couldn't be asked for it today, so I said I was gonna drop a stream tomorrow. So at least I kept to my word on that. Chelsea absolutely smashed Crystal Palace 3-0. We're going to go into all the talking points based on that game in this stream. We'll also be talking about everything to do with the Tammy Abraham to Roma saga, which has really been gaining steam over the last 24 hours. And we'll also talk about our striker situation because it's looking very sticky for us in terms of plan Bs, plan Cs. And we do need to have a conversation about Timo Werner as well. So we'll get into it on the stream. Big up Fata, big up Wayne, Oscar, Jesters, big up all you guys. First off, I want to get you guys' thoughts on the game. I'm going to start with you, Wayne, because I actually haven't heard what you had to say yet. So chat to me, bro. What's your thoughts?
First things first, I want to officially announce there's echo. There's an echo.
Is there? I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
I was on my end. But yeah, I'm going to quickly announce I'm home.
Yes, bro. Get in there. Come on, G.
Best thing I heard today. Or this whole weekend.
I had to come home yesterday. I couldn't stay there any more longer. I was fucking doing my head in. So last night, got home, back home with the missus. It was yesterday mine, her anniversary, 6 years.
Wow.
So I got back just in time to celebrate my missus with her and have a cuddle and everything. So I was happy. But yeah, game, happy. We looked, I thought it was a well professional performance. I think certain players impressed me. I think Chalobah, I think he's just, I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be the answer in defence because I think it's too early to say that. But I think yesterday's game, he did very well. The things he had to do, and the goal just capped it off. I think the goal was well took. I think it reminded me a bit of the Etchens goal against Arsenal. But and then certainly Alonso impressed me. I think he had a decent game. Pulisic did really well, I thought. And then we have Werner. Unfortunately, he's still not getting the final of goals what we need from him. He's doing everything else right. It's just that final opportunity. Then the defence of Christensen looked solid like normal. Rudiger again. It was just like it was a very mature performance from Chelsea. And what I got to see is I do pay for the rivals when Lukaku comes in because Lukaku will finish them opportunities when we've got them balls in that box. If he gets the end of them, he's going to get a lot of goals this season. So yeah, I'm just very happy.
I will say I hope he does because, I know Fata, you've been seeing it as well in the comment section. Timo Werner has been getting a hounding over the last 24 hours, and I already said this season I can't give your guy the same amount of excuses I gave this year. And he was poor. Movement and everything was great. I'll give him credit for that, but I need to see some quality on the ball from him, and off the ball I just wasn't seeing it.
I think he was below the best, I would say, yesterday. The amount of chances that he's had. Let's remember ourselves, he's not a dribbler. He's a sprinter. And some of the dribbles yesterday that he's had was very poor. And sometimes he can be frustrated at watching, especially in that second half when I think it was Trevor Chalobah made that lob pass to Timo Werner, and he was had all the time in the world in the box, and he just scuffed it. And somehow his decision making at that game was very questionable. And I wouldn't be even surprised the way that people in the social media keep questioning about whether we can trust Werner this season or Lukaku to start. So it's going to be a roller coaster ride for Timo Werner. But I'm looking at the positive side. If Werner and Lukaku can play up front altogether, I can believe maybe Lukaku can get the best out of Werner.
I'm hoping Lukaku gets the best out of Werner because that's like the last hope for him. If it's not that, I don't know how we make Timo Werner succeed with us because when it comes to him on the ball, his touch keeps letting him down. His finishing, he looks like he's got no confidence in himself when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. And some of his technique, man, like first season, I give him the benefit of the doubt because he's adjusting to a new league. He's been played out of position, everything like that. I understand it. This season, I just don't understand it from him. I really, if he can't make it work this season, I'm seeing the exact same mistakes. I'm seeing barely any improvement in his play in the final third. I'm just thinking, where do we put him into the squad? Right now, it looks clear and obvious that our starting front three has to be Lukaku, Havertz, and Mason Mount. Because right now, I can't see how Timo Werner gets into the squad because I think he just loses the ball too much.
Mm-hmm. Against the low block teams, it might sound weird. Like at some point this season, I wouldn't start him a lot against the low block teams, but against a high line, I would start him for sure.
Not,
well, if yeah, I think it might be. It could be Oscar.
It might be you, Oscar. Still, I can't lie, bro. I was trying to figure out whose it was.
It's just
no, it's nothing too deep. I'm just thinking, thank God it was mine, because if my mic's fucking up again, I'd lose my head. Big up, Johnny. Hurry up and get on the stream, man. What are you saying? It's like, love to see Wayne back. Big up, lads. We ought to just get the leg down me. Let's go easy on Timo. I want to go. I'm not trying to push any slander on his name or anything like that. You know me. I don't try to do that when it comes to our players. I just try to be realistic and either criticize where I think they deserve criticism or praise them where I think they deserve praise. And Timo Werner, far and away, was the worst player on the pitch yesterday for us. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. You know me. I'm trying to back all my players, everything like that. Proper fucking Chelsea and that. But like, he was poor. Like, I can't really say anything else other than that. He was poor yesterday.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that if you were to grade, and I look at two different sites that grade players and grade performances, he was the worst Chelsea rated player on the pitch. And I think that the one thing you could say is if Rom has those chances that Timo had in that game, he puts at least two of them in the back of the net.
I think most of our players probably put some of those chances into the net. Like, there was that Chalobah pass in the second half to Timo Werner. He put it on a plate for him. And the finish, like, it was similar to the Tottenham one where, like, Havertz and Pulisic were having that amazing interchange on the counter-attack. Pulisic put it on a plate for Tammy Abraham. And Timo Werner. And Timo just skied it. Same thing as this one. Bro, we can't hear you. Wait. Let me turn your mic settings up because I could hear you a little bit. Try now. What the fuck? Yeah, try now. No worries, man.
But I just think that I'm not going to slander somebody other than to say that Rom puts at least two of those in the back of the net. That's what I'm going to say. So that's why we bought Rom this summer, because we were putting the balls in the back of the net, and that's it. That's it. That's the end of that discussion. Those balls get put away with R9 there, and I guess he is going to be R9 now because Tammy's in Rome. He actually landed in Rome. He is in Rome. He's not even in England anymore. So. Yeah. I
mean, that does bring the question, though. Like, are we going to be going into the transfer window for another striker now? Because Michy Batshuayi is also on his way to Besiktas. You got Tammy Abraham that's going out on loan. I don't think we're going to be bringing up Ike Ugbo or Soonsop Bell or anything like that. No. So it just leaves us with one out-and-out striker in the squad, and that's Romelu Lukaku.
Well, Upbo's going to Genk, I think it is.
I believe he's going to Genk.
He's gone as well.
So I'd be surprised if we didn't go for another striker. But we have got Havertz. They could play as a false nine. We have got Werner. So they more likely won't. But do you know who's talking about it against Arsenal? More likely, Lukaku looks like he's going to be starting. So with Lukaku starting, that's obviously, fortunately, Werner probably the one to be dropped out. And not being honest, if Havertz gets put back in, and I hate to say because I know he's going to be in chat, but Mount could be dropped. Because Pulisic, out of all the three, had the best game, forward-wise. So why would you drop your best forward from the last game?
Yeah, and if you look in the second half, we were playing a 5-3-2, not a.
Actually, yeah, to be honest, he might have actually been our best winger, best attacker going forward. Because I thought Pulisic was frustrating, especially in that first half. I didn't think he was poor. I just thought he held on to the ball for a bit too much, and opportunities fell aside.
He's a bit hesitant player when it comes to final third, just like the one in the Super Cup, where he was like dribbling inside the third box head. And there was like 5 Villarreal players in that box. Like he was like, should I shoot? Should I pass? Should I shoot? Should I pass? So it's a bit decision making in the final third. I would say like sometimes can be sus for Pulisic, but yesterday's he's a different type of player. I would say compared to one Villarreal.
Again, nobody's gonna have go ahead and read the super chat. I'll let you.
Big up Myron saying Timo does make good runs, but so do Havertz and Mount. Not sure if he brings anything that we don't get with Mason, Lukaku, or Kai. It's on Timo to improve. That's the thing. Like, I rate what Timo Werner brings to the team, but I don't understand. Like, his best purpose is to not have the ball, and I think that's a big problem in a footballing team. Like, he needs to be able to possess some quality on the ball, and I know he can dribble at pace. He's good at dribbling in spaces as well. He might put one chance into the back of the net out of 10 or something like that. His link-up play is good. But he's at his best when he doesn't have the ball. And I feel like that's a bit baffling, especially for a £50 million forward. We don't bring him into the squad to not have the ball. Right. Because that instantly puts us down to 10 men.
Yeah, and then you can only, again, you could say yes, he's doing the things off the ball well. He's making the runs. He's getting into positions. I don't think he was flagged for offsides yesterday. You know, check mark right there in that box. Did he?
It's a close match friendly. Sorry, it's a close match friendly. It's a close game friendly.
11-0. Who are we playing, bruv?
Weymouth. It's the same side.
The pitch.
Yeah, it's a close behind the training game. So
yeah, I don't remember him getting flagged offside.
I caught it on my vlog. He got caught offside.
Okay, one time maybe, but usually
maybe one time.
That's good for him, and that's good for an off-the-shoulder striker because you're going to get caught at least once or twice a game. It's just law of averages right there. So he's doing everything, but what we need him to do is bring the ball down, and when you have chances, at least put them on target. Don't have a horrible first touch where the ball goes out the end line.
One sec. What's his name? Jamie. I'm gonna sort that. I completely forgot after last night, but I got you. I understand that, and I also think as well because like the offside rule's been relaxed a little bit, that he could potentially have a chance to get more goals this season. But I'm looking at his overall performance on the pitch. I need him to stop wasting chances. I need him to stop wasting possession as well. At the very least, we know he's going to get less offsides this season than he did last season. So that's going to be one problem that we don't have to worry about. And that might also help him get more goals on the tally as well. But look at his performance throughout the 90 minutes. Not even just like these one moments or these 2 moments. His performance through the 90 minutes, it just wasn't good enough. And I don't want to sound like I'm going to be pressing him throughout the whole season, but like I keep saying, I am not giving this guy the same amount of time and patience that I did last year. Second season, you've adapted to the Premier League. You've adapted to living in England. Now you need to start making these chances flow. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I don't think we can have an excuse for any of the players that we made excuses for last year. We can't make excuses for Timo. We can't make excuses for any of. Let's just say the whole squad has no reason for excuse. There was preseason. You know, that you can go out and do stuff with your family now. You can bring your family in, so that's not an excuse. So this is more of a normal pre-cough preseason than you would have had the past couple. So no, I can't make excuses for Christian, even though I try not to because people get on me. No, you can't make excuses for Callum. You can't make excuses for Timo. You can't make excuses for anybody that plays worse or the same as last season. Okay? Unless they had just a terrific season, okay, maybe you stay on par. I don't see Thiago having a better season, maybe not getting red cards. And West Brom's not up, so we won't have those debacles.
And Bournemouth didn't go up either, so thank God.
So, yeah, I don't think that you could say that anybody has a baked-in excuse this year. I don't expect that Rom will need an excuse. So he's, as of this moment, the only new addition to the club. You could say Chalaba, but he's been with the club. He just hasn't been in the first or the starting squad. So, no, if we are giving players excuses, then that means we are not doing what we expected out of this team, which means challenging for the Premier League title and doing well in all competitions. Okay? That's the only reason we will give you need to give excuses to players. That will tell you how our season is going. If you see us coming on here and going, well, so and so stubbed his toe in the bathroom before he came on the game, and so he really couldn't. His toe hurt, so he couldn't really shoot the ball. No, we ain't gonna have none of that this year.
Yeah, big up Artem as well, saying Timo's first touch took him away from scoring opportunities multiple times. Also watched Livramento versus Everton. What a baller. I know it's only one game, but at 18, he possesses so many top skills already. I mean, that's half the reason why the deal we made for him was so good. 25 million allows us to bring him back for a cut price fee if he ends up reaching anywhere near the potential that we claimed he was going to reach. And he's already had a very promising debut at Everton too. For me, first game as well, like he had a very good game against Everton. But I want to see consistency. I want to see how he does it over a period of 6-7 games, and then I'm going to really start to see if it's something permanent or if he did just have a good first game. But he had an amazing performance against Everton. Timo's first touch, something that we've spoken about already. It's another thing that he really does need to improve on, and we need to see something better from him in the next coming games as well. But I agree with everything that you said on there too. On a more positive note, if we're going to talk about Trevor Chalobah, his performance absolutely amazing, and he had a near man of the performance. My only question though is because I was speaking to a lot of people about it after the game, and most of the match-going fans already have their mind made up about Trevor Chalobah, and they want to see him stay for the season. And I'm thinking, I can't lie, even with that performance, I don't see him staying for the season. I think he still needs to go out on loan. I still think he needs to go and get more game time. And I still think he needs to go out and develop. I think Thomas Tuchel isn't going to sell him. He's made it clear that he doesn't want the club to sell him. And he sees a pathway for him into the first team because of how flexible he is. But in terms of him as a player, the age that he's at right now and the amount of game time that he needs to keep developing and keep getting better, he still has to go on loan. I don't want people to start getting ahead of themselves because of how good of a performance he had. He had a great performance, but trust me, especially when we go to the second half of the season and it's the run-in, I guarantee you Thomas Tuchel goes for his more experienced players. And I feel like that's going to be the same thing with Trevor Chalobah as well. You'd see him get a lot less game time than you want to see him get. Really and truly, he's played this game and he's played the Super Cup game, half because his performances in pre-season have justified it, but also half because most of our first-team defenders aren't fully fit yet. He would have been playing them if that was the case, which is why I want to see him go out on loan.
I want to see him go to Southampton because Southampton need a backup central defender. I think he'll suit them.
We can't loan. Yeah, we can't loan.
Yeah, we got Roja there.
No, we can loan. Can you loan one, or I thought it was you can loan a maximum of
only
two.
One.
Only one in the UK.
One in the Premier League.
No, I swear it's only one per team in the Premier League.
One per team in the Premier League, but in the Championship you could loan more.
Yeah, that's why Tino was sold and with a buyback, because then you can loan Brozier there as well. And if you notice where we're sending some of these loan players, Hasenhüttl has some of the same roots as Tuchel. Fark has some of the same roots as Tuchel in Germany, studying under Ralph Ragnick. So
worked under Tuchel as well.
Yeah, and he coached under Tuchel as well. So that's why you're seeing where some of these players are going. It's kind of interesting, I guess, just for me because I'm a nerd. But as far as Chalobah, I don't think you'll see a loan until close, if he's going to go on loan till the end, almost the end of the transfer window, because we have two center backs that we're negotiating contracts with, in Rudiger and Christensen. Okay, so that also gets into, should we bring in Koundé or just stick with Chalobah? No, we should bring Koundé in, because if you have Chalobah in the squad still and you bring in a Koundé, who we already thinks is levels ready to start in the Premier League, right? Everybody's okay with that description. He's ready to step in and start day one.
Yeah.
Then you have the negotiating power against Christensen and Rudiger. You can say, well, if you don't want to sign this contract, I've got your replacement sitting in the squad right now. And so it's better for the club to get a better deal from these players. So one of the things that Miss Grimes has tweeted is that PSG and Real Madrid are like sharks in the water around Rudiger. So he has, again, he has tractors. And if you look at what they're trying to, what Real Madrid are trying to do, they're trying to replace all their players with free transfers or very, very low transfers. And if Rudiger goes another year, he'll be on I think it's a 1 year contract. I think he has 2 years left. And so a transfer fee on a player with a 1 year contract is a lot less than 2 years.
So it could be that cheap.
Well, he's going to be half price of what he would have been this year, because you all right, Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I think Trevor stays until the end of the window, and if Rudiger's not going to sign a contract, I think Trevor will stay in the team, and you'll see Rudiger playing less and less, because Thomas comes from a German system, a Borussia Dortmund, where if they know a player is going out, they're gonna play the replacement for that player, because they want that player to get experience and reach their peak potential before the other player leaves, right? So it happened with Sancho and Christian. It's happened. So that's the way they work, and so that's what Thomas will do. He'll say, "Okay, you're not going to sign a new contract. You're not in my future. I'm going to play somebody that's in my future, that's going to be here, has made a commitment." So if he does, I think that's the end of the window, and that's only if one of Christensen or Rudiger have signed, or both, and you have a Koundé in.
Yeah, Rodrigo, I see what you're saying. He's 22 years old. He's already done too many loans. I don't think age is the factor here. I think it's the amount of game time that he has to develop. Like, if he sits and just warms the bench for the majority of the season, then he's not going to develop, and if anything, he's going to stagnate. Like, you hear what you're saying as well here. You're saying loaning a player can be soul-destroying. Is it soul-destroying to Billy Gilmore? Was it soul-destroying to Conor Gallagher last season? Was it soul-destroying to Mark Gay when he made a name for himself?
Mason Mount?
I think there's a difference, though. I do think there's a difference, because all the guys you're talking about, that was either their first or second loan. We're talking about a guy who, how many loans he had at this point?
Trevor Chalobah. I know he went to Lorient last season.
2 or 3, probably.
He was at Huddersfield.
If we send him on loan again, that will be his 4th loan.
I know, but the only way I see him staying and having a decent amount of game time is if Zuma leaves or if Rudiger gets sold. And I don't think that happens.
Zuma's a done deal. He's leaving.
I say Zuma, I think, is basically...
You're on mute, Oscar.
Yeah, I just wanted to say on this situation, like, one thing I don't understand about us Chelsea fans sometimes is we want to get rid of players, but we do have to understand that in a squad, there are going to have to be players that are comfortable being on the bench. Like, Zuma probably doesn't want to be... Zuma's out the door anyway, yeah? If we were to bring in a top defender like Koundé, Christensen would then get unsettled and probably want to, leave. Like the senior players at the top of their game, 25 plus, need to be playing first team football, and that's where they want to be. Whereas younger players, someone like a Trevor Chalobah, I think he would be comfortable sitting on the bench at Chelsea, playing League Cup games, playing FA Cup games, and waiting for his opportunity. He's not going to be in the back. Like, you know how when Lampard had the senior players not playing, like Rudiger and that, they were causing a bit of a fuss backstage because they wanted to play. I feel like someone like Trevor Chalobah would be grateful for the opportunity to be part of the first team squad at Chelsea. And, similar to how Billy Gilmore was last season, you come and play your part for a couple of games and you leave. I think that's a better option as opposed to going, all right, let's send him out on loan, then let's sell Zuma, and then we've just got all of these defenders who all want to be first team. You need balance in the squad. You need players that know their role.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think as well,
I do hear that. I also think, like you're saying, players in their mid-20s. I feel like Kurt Zuma, if he stays, would be understanding that he would be in a bench role to begin with.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be happy with that.
Yeah,
well,
he wants to play.
Then why isn't he trying to go to West Ham when he clearly knows?
Because he feels he's better than West Ham. He was
at this
point.
To me, is he's comfortable in his position. If he's comfortable where he is, that shows to me he's not got the mentality that we need. Because for Zuma at the minute, he needs regular game time and playing at the top level, just on a personal level. If he just wants to sit on the bench, he's either comfortable with the contract he's got, which I don't think is massive, or he's just comfortable being where he is.
Why would he go to West Ham though? You got to understand this. At this point last season, Zuma was a first team centre back for Chelsea. He was the number one starter under Frank Lampard with him and Thiago Silva. He's lost his place and he's won the Champions League with Chelsea. Why would I want to go down to West Ham? Or I'd rather fight for my place at Chelsea. If I can't stay at Chelsea, then I deserve to go to another top club that's either in Europe or in the Champions League. Like, why would he leave Chelsea and go to West Ham?
Okay, one is because he doesn't want to leave London. Okay, that's his decision. He doesn't want to leave London. So then you have to say, what London clubs need a center back? Okay, well, Arsenal's not in for it. Oh, Newcastle scored. Callum Wilson.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is that game started?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was
6 minutes.
4 minutes.
It was a 2:30 kickoff.
In the fifth minute. So,
guys, I told you, Callum Wilson, man.
Who was that getting done by St. Maximin there?
I have no
Can't
idea.
read the name.
Oh, right.
It's some West Ham player. That's all I know.
Was it number 41?
Yeah,
who's
that?
Number 41.
I must have missed it.
The way you said number 41.
What a shame.
Number 41, dancing like a marionette.
It is St. Maxim. St. Maxim is a very tricky, saucy player.
And some of you, man, said 80 mil. Let me not say nothing. Not you, man. I mean, guys in the comments.
So wait, was that Declan Rice? Was that Declan Rice?
Was that Rice getting spun?
Yeah.
Oh, say it.
That was
number 41. Number 41.
Oh,
say
there
it.
you go.
So.
I'm not gonna say his name.
I didn't know he's number 41.
Why are you not just laugh? Guys,
Wow.
Rice is getting twisted.
Declan Rice is getting spun out there.
This is a world class DM.
Get out of here.
He's trying to get his price tag down. That's all it is. He's just trying to get his
So
shame.
the one thing also that everybody's, I guess, of the mind that we're going to see Aspie as the starting right center back, and I don't see that.
No,
I think that's why they're bringing Koundé in to be the starting right center back.
I think Aspie's now going to be the backup right wing back.
There you go. I think that the Callum experience at right wing back is done. The experiment's done.
And I think we've accepted we're not getting a right wing back in like Hakimi or anyone else. So I think
unless they go for Traore.
Can I ask you guys one question about the game?
Yeah.
Only one?
Yeah, just the thing. When you was watching Chelsea yesterday, it seemed like signs of champions. Like, we didn't really have to try in that game. We won 3-0, comfortable at the back. It just seemed like signs of champions.
I wouldn't take
from it. It really felt like it, honestly. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it really felt like
feet on the ground, man.
I was going to say, that's a Palace team that have just lost like 10 players. They've got a new manager.
They lost 10 players?
They've lost 10 players in
Who did they lose?
transfer window. They lost Townsend, Dan.
Yeah, Townsend.
Tyron Repo.
But Cahill didn't really play as much though, like before.
He was their starting centre back.
It was the perfect game to play for
I was-
the first game of the season to
Yeah.
get
I
minutes
know, but
under our belt. That
There's
was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Palace
but
would
we
have
didn't
had
have to
the
try
only
in that
team
game.
better
We
than
won
Palace.
3-0.
On a real, the only team we could have played that would probably been better than Palace would have Norwich.
Arsenal.
Palace was shit. They were
Yeah.
so bad.
They're on the
They
same
couldn't
level.
even low block correctly.
You're going
It's
down
okay,
with the Arsenal.
It's no
they've
follow
got
up
a
to
new
why.
manager,
Why
they've
was
got-
some Chelsea fans all of you? I even said we win 3-0, but why have some people saying 2-1 or 1-0 or something like that? If it's only Crystal Palace,
Because we
Do you wanna
know why?
know who
If-
was
if
going to
it-
start.
I didn't know what to expect from Palace, so it was like, let's just go into the game and see what we get from them. They could play really well, they could play really shit. You got no clue because I haven't seen Vieira play like that. Within 20 minutes, it just looked like it was going to be Emery ball, but then I realized it weren't Emery managing them; it was fucking Patrick Vieira, and he ain't got the same sort of sauce.
He
like
just
that.
came to
gonna
the
say,
bridge
he
to play that stinky football. You know what I mean? He come and just literally parked the bus
But-
and thought he'd try and
yeah.
get a draw out of the game. But we had too much going on. They couldn't deal with it. The movement and the quick play. It was a bit slow at first, but we sped it up in certain periods where we needed to and hit them at the right times. We scored at the right times as well, which always helps.
Yeah, you have to get the opener, and we got the opener.
Yeah, and then
from-
the Pulisic
from
goal
Alonso.
obviously just meant that Tuchel could think about making changes, bringing on some players for match fitness and get some minutes and that. It worked out. It was the perfect opening day game. It couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
Maybe more goals. Apart from that, it was perfect. 3 goals, didn't concede any because obviously AC's at the back. There was no chance we were going to concede any goals.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
And
Let's
that
have it
Chalobah.
right. And Chalobah, well, he's got the minerals, isn't he? He's got minerals.
He's so
bro.
good. He's so good.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
good
Oh
for this.
my
He's
gosh.
saucy, man. He's saucy.
Sorry, guys. I've just seen the replay of that goal. Declan Rice was getting spun. That is
I
crazy.
told you, he's just getting his price tag down.
He got spun like a
That's
Beyblade.
a move, didn't he?
That was
That
that
is
The
crazy.
valuation's now about 20 mil.
Yeah.
Manchester United, isn't it?
The two
And
things
it's
I
not
want to quickly mention as well, I want to ask you guys.
Oh, big up, Wayne. Good to have you back,
Thank
my
you.
man.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
love
it,
Wayne.
Johnny.
Man.
Come on, G.
One is
13-0 in
of
the
the
friendly,
18 is Arsenal. They're against Brentford. How
Yeah.
poor they was.
Yeah, they were poor.
But that I watched highlights of that and that made me chuckle. But the other thing I want to talk to you guys as a general is what do you think about the new rules with the offside and VAR? Do you think now it's more
Good.
suited?
will
It's better than
benefit-
it was
it will-
last year.
It will benefit Timo Werner. That's all I care about.
Oh,
It'll,
come
it'll
on.
benefit everybody. It'll benefit everybody.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
Timo
yeah,
even
they're still
offside
here.
yesterday?
Nope.
No, he wasn't, was he?
No, but realistically, there was a couple of times last season where Timo Werner scored a goal and it was literally hairs offside.
Yeah.
This season, like Liverpool, I think there was one against
The hand-
Leicester away.
His hand was offside. Yeah, his
Like-
hand was offside. That was ridiculous.
Look, if those go in, you know, his confidence is a little bit different, and maybe people view it a little bit differently. So honestly, Wayne, when that rule was announced, the first thing I thought of was Timo Werner. That's the only thing I care about is him getting better and scoring more goals. And I think that's going to help.
Is everyone on the slander Timo Werner train already, or are they going to give it a bit of leeway?
No.
'Cause it's only the open day.
Hey, Johnny, that wasn't slander. I was being serious.
No.
We're not
yeah.
doing the
I
Timo
don't think
Werner
it is.
slander thing. I'm just saying Timo Werner's been poor and he ain't gonna have the same level of excuses as he
but
did last year.
everyone. Listen, I said it last season. I said I'd give him last season was kind of like a free pass because of the situation, everything around, and we weren't even playing with a recognised striker. But this season, he's got to bring the minerals to Chelsea. Otherwise, I don't think he'll have a future at Chelsea. I think you can, I personally think now we've got a proper number 9 up front. It's only going to benefit Timo Werner. He needs that striker up front with him. And the problem I think that we'll have is how many actual minutes is Werner going to get with Lukaku? Because if he does play, he's got to hit the ground running. Because as far as I'm concerned, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount are ahead of him, and they deserve to be ahead of him, especially Mason.
I can't
Mount
argue
anyway.
that right now.
So,
But I'm going to say something to you, John. If I was just brought it up, I'm going to say something to you. Right?
yeah.
You know, but I love your pieces, but I've got to tell you now, do not mention Mason Mount as a man match because he wasn't. He was.
Don't
You've
start
got
that.
to understand,
I watched that
he
clip, Johnny.
did
What the
not
hell?
Fantastic. He was
play.
fantastic. Listen,
He
he
didn't
doesn't give
play
less
as
than an 8
well.
out of 10 every game, all right?
Johnny, you're
And
reaching.
yesterday, he had no pre-season. He came on late again in the Super Cup. That's all the minutes he's had since the Champions League final.
So just
Euros.
accept it as a good start.
It was
like,
a fantastic performance. I think personally, you got to give it to. I'd either give it to Mount or Chalobah. I think Jorginho gets a shout as well. So they're the three that I would probably sort of nominate for man of the match. But I think we'll give it to the young kid because of the minerals and that. He, you know, you can only ask of these youngsters to come on, and if they take their opportunities, if they take their opportunities, then they're gonna get minutes. Do you know what I mean?
That was not me. I just want to point out that was not me.
No, but look at Chalobah, for example, right? He's playing as a defender. You know, you're going to make a lot of mistakes as a defender when you're young. A lot of mistakes, and more that will probably cost you than if you're an attacker because of the position you play. So for me, Chalobah has been flawless in the Super Cup. He was man of the match for me, and I'll give him man of the match. Obviously, I'll give Mount, but I'll give him man of the match yesterday as well. All right. Now you can only do as well as what you're given, and he took his chance. And the guy to take a shot like that was a bit like Tomori, you know, youngster come breaking in and what defender can do that we've got? We haven't got a defender that can do that.
Rudiger.
The thing with Chalobah, like he's originally a DM, he's originally DM,
Really
and coming to centre back is like really benefited.
He's originally a centre back.
No,
but he's comfortable in DM. He's comfortable in DM. He's played there a lot.
I was saying, came through as a centre back. He played DM for Huddersfield, I think, and for Lorient last season.
Yeah,
well, I thought he was a DM naturally.
He's got
midfield skills. He could only play both them probably.
He's played the academy because I remember. I think under Conte was it in the academy we played a back three, and Chalobah played in the back three at centre back.
But the thing is, what matters more. What matters more is where you played at a senior level, and he's played both. He's played both, like
so
defense and
yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I don't know how
we have
is in the back.
We have a super chat. We have a super chat that disappeared because it didn't come up. It was from Kevin Frazier, and he did say, "Champions of Europe, we know what we are."
Yeah, sorry guys, just had to record a quick clip for someone. Big up Kevin Fraser, my guy saying Super Champions of Europe. We know we are. I didn't get anything else.
Indeed.
Nice, right.
Are we going to continue doing that until we get knocked out of the CL?
What
was that?
Oh, we're
What do you mean until we get knocked out of the CL? What are you talking about?
What?
Well, I was gonna say until we win the CL again, but you know.
Yeah, no, it's running. It's running for as long as it needs to run.
It runs until the when whoever wins it next. It runs.
You drive it till the wheels fall off.
Agendas have to agenda. We'll keep on.
It's not an agenda. It's a fact.
I know. I'm making a joke.
All good, bro. All good.
Johnny, seeing as you're here, bro. First thing I wanted to ask because I didn't see Monster's stream. Did you say Mount Man of the match?
He said it here.
I said
he said it on your stream.
I said,
oh no, I was
Mount,
recording a video. I had
Gino and Chalobah are all nominees for man of the match. That's what I said. Obviously, I'll give it to Mount. Why not? But Chalobah's got to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Why not?
Johnny, you'd give it to Mason Mount if he's not playing. I swear.
Well, he's not had any pre-season.
I get that. It's a good.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you man of the match.
No, but you've got to look at what he done for the team, man. As always, he was
decent. He was decent.
So mature, man. He looks so much more mature already in the way he plays.
Johnny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that Mason Mount for him had a subpar performance.
Not really.
For Mount's level, he had a subpar performance.
He did.
Well, he's a very high level that he set himself. Yeah, I'll give you that. But as I said, he's always given an 8 out of 10. 7, the absolute minimum. He doesn't give under that.
Yeah, but like Trevor Chalobah was flawless. He didn't have much to do defensively, but when he came into the attack and played the ball out, he was excellent on his Premier League debut. Of course, he's man of the match.
I thought Alonso.
astonishing. I loved it. Absolutely
Who
loved it.
aesthetic.
That was
I,
crazy.
I thought Alonso was brilliant yesterday for a man who played 120 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on Wednesday to come in and play, you know, basically the entire match. Where's that Alonso been? I mean, does he save it for one game a season?
Well, I think as he gets older, he's going to get more inconsistent. But I think what with Alonso, Tuchel picks him in the right games, and he brings that level of experience that we need. Obviously, Chilwell is going to be the first choice as left wing back in most games. That goes without saying. But I think Alonso, that offensively, we know how good he is. It's just defensively against pacey forwards against us. That's where his weaknesses get found out. But I mean, I think Alonso needs to be given credit. He gets a lot of slander, too much slander in my opinion, and I think he's obviously going to be here. He's not leaving, and I rate Alonso, man. He's got a wicked left foot. He can volley, he can shoot, he scores goals, important goals. He scores. He can score free kicks, as we've seen. Like I want that in my side. I want that in my squad. Doesn't mean he's going to play every game, but he's a great weapon to have. There's not many better left wing backs than Alonso, man. Offensively, especially. He's
only offensively, because when he comes back, he's awful.
Yeah, defensively, like I said, if you're playing against Liverpool, City, and that, you get done all the time. But you don't play him against opposition like that.
I don't know why Alonso chose left back. He should have been a striker. I feel like he can shoot. That's about it, really, and he's good for that.
But you still have to have pace as a striker. What do you?
No, he's got positional
football.
I don't think he's slow, but he is slow when he's coming back.
Last season, Alonso was the best striker at the club. Let's not lie.
He's got
he can strike a ball for any day. Like
his finishing's elite. His heading's elite.
It's frustrating because he plays at left back.
His shooting's better than
Put him in the box. Just put him in the box.
His shooting's better than most our players, Johnny. He can take free kicks. He can shoot from anywhere. He can touch it on his chest and volley it in. I've seen, but he's such a frustrating left back or left wing back. He doesn't trap back at all, and it's frustrating.
I want to see everyone react, how they react when Lukaku, let's say, he doesn't score first 3 games, goes for a little, you know what I mean? I want to see how critical fans are going to be like they are with Timo Werner.
Depends what else he does in the game.
If he's making good runs.
That's my point. Werner doesn't have other things.
He doesn't always.
No, not always.
His contributions have been fantastic.
There's some times where he can't finish and he genuinely can't do anything. Like his link-up play stinks.
Like that Porto. What was it? Was it the first leg against Porto or the second leg where that first half was awful? Every time he tried to dribble a player, he lost the ball. Every pass was just off.
I think it was the second. Might have been the first leg because I know first half and the first leg.
The second leg, Pulisic was killing it.
Shit. He was dreadful.
Yeah,
because in the preview, I said, Werner has the ability to take players on, and then every single dribble he did, he lost the ball.
I think he's very inconsistent because I've seen him take on 4 players.
He's not a dribbler though, Werner. He's just
not like a natural dribbler.
No,
he's not a dribbler.
He's run off the shoulder of the last man.
Wait, Jester, are you not like a Timo Werner fan?
Not the Timo I've seen play for Chelsea.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The Timo Werner that was at RB Leipzig. Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
I can't lie.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Look at all the excuses we're making already. A man can't dribble now. The man can't finish.
No, but he's never been a dribbler though, Lewis. Werner's never been a dribbler.
Not like an actual dribbler. No, he hasn't. He's always, and he said this. He said this with Chelsea as well. He's always relied on a big man beside him to run behind from, and then literally he just leaves the defense. Like he's done it many times.
And when did we have that last season?
I'm holding everything until Lukaku. That's the last
guy,
thing.
man. What is he turning into Messi, bro?
No, it's because that's the big man he can play next to. I would have said the same thing if it was Haaland and what's his name, Timo Werner as well. Just play a big guy next to him, and we'll see if there's a difference.
No, it's true. Like if you watched the game yesterday, right? There was Gurhi and Koyate. Those are the two centre backs.
Yeah.
Pulisic and Werner couldn't put anything on them. They couldn't do anything in front of those two because they're too big. So they kept driving them out wide and moving. When we have Lukaku, Lukaku will stand up top and he'll bully any centre back that comes near him. So the option to play off him and to have Werner and Pulisic going behind is going to be there all the time. Thomas Tuchel even said it in his interview. He said having Timo and Pulisic running off Lukaku, fast players, is going to be perfect. So those of you that because I'm kind of done with Timo Werner. I'm sick of watching him.
No,
but
come on.
We have to be honest. No, we have to be honest. Timo Werner is still going to play a lot of games. That's your opinion. He's going to play a lot of games with Lukaku, and we have to hope that him playing off Lukaku is better.
He will be though, because last season we didn't have any striker like Lukaku can play with his back to goal, hold the bloody ball, and actually play a little dink or whatever to set a Werner we only had Havertz
and occupy like two centre backs or something like that.
Not as mobile and pacey as Lukaku.
Yeah. It's nothing
like
Lukaku.
He still had the ability to hold the ball up, so he had.
Yeah, but when you're a Lukaku, it's a different animal altogether than Giroud.
And can I say, Scott, how many times did we play Giroud last season, really?
And there were times, because I know Lewis.
There were some games, yes.
No. I was going to say there were times, because Lewis spoke about this before, where the link-up play was worse when it was Giroud and Werner.
Yeah, but I don't know. When he played with Poulsen,
Tammy
they had the chemistry.
Yeah, but we're talking about, number one, we're talking about Poulsen's a different player. And
he
also,
he's a big striker, like Timo
talking about a different league where it's a lot more open.
Yeah, it's a lot more open. And when we play low box, I think you might not play Werner with Lukaku. You play Kai Havertz and Mount or a Pulisic. Like, it all depends on opposition. But the fact is you've got a lot of options now. A lot of options.
Well, Ziyech is injured right now, so we...
No, but he's back in like 2 weeks. It said.
Yeah, it's not as long as everyone thinks.
Yeah, Jesse said, it could be 10 days to 6 months. He's back to like 2 weeks finally.
Well, that is the initial estimate. Don't be surprised if he's...
No, I think it might be another week or so, yeah. But I don't think it'd be much longer than a month.
Yeah, Thomas is not going to push him because, especially if we're doing bits, there's no reason to push him to get him back in the squad, just to have him re-injured. Because no surgery means that shoulder can come out again.
It can.
So that's just
you got to give it time to heal, yeah.
You want to make sure
if you're good enough and you're performing, you'll play. And I think that sticks this season because we got Lukaku's definitely going to start. Mason Mount definitely going to start. And the reason I say Mason Mount is yesterday, I didn't think Tuchel would have played him, actually. I thought he was going to bring him on sort of 60 minutes in, but he's too important to leave out. First name on the team sheet. And he played. He played the whole 90 minutes. So, for me, Mount plays, Lukaku plays, and it's between Havertz and Werner for that third spot. And then you got Pulisic, you got Ziyech, and you got Odoi, all fighting for one position.
Yeah, I think if I'm honest, I think Lukaku, Werner, and Mount are going to play the most games together.
More than Havertz? You think Werner's going to play more than Havertz?
No. Yeah,
really?
No.
Guys, listen to the interviews of Thomas Tuchel. Like, he literally said when Lukaku came in, he said the fast players that play off him are going to benefit the most, Werner and Pulisic. He didn't mention Ziyech. He didn't mention Hudson-Odoi. He didn't mention Havertz. Mount, as Johnny just said, as much as people hate it, Mount is one of the first names on the team sheet. He always plays him. He always played Werner last season. Lukaku will go up top. Those two are the ones who are going to get the most starts. Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech are all fighting for a place. And I think
but Cho's got bundles of pace, Oscar.
Yeah, but Cho is now a wing back. Cho is not going to play in the attacking positions this season. As much as I don't like that, it's just not going to happen.
You think Cho's going to start over Aspie and James as right wing?
No, he's not. Like we saw yesterday, Aspie started. Reece James came off the bench. Cho didn't feature, so he's not going to play a lot of games this season. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out on loan. And you get Hakim Ziyech being a bit disgruntled because he won't be playing as much games.
I don't know, man.
No, Ziyech will play.
Cho's going on loan. I'm not so sure, man.
I think it'd be good for him. We just got paid a wage.
So with what you're saying, then you're saying we play 4 at the back, then? Because if you're saying the front three is going to be Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku.
I didn't say Pulisic. I didn't say Pulisic.
He said
one
of Lukaku. Oscar said Lewis.
I think we're forgetting that Kai Havertz is actually probably one of the faster players on the team. He's not quick, but dude could eat up space.
His movements,
but I'm just going based off what we saw last season.
Right, but Havertz.
Havertz didn't play as much.
To think you're not playing a 70 million pound player.
Oscar, I think Kai's playing.
Tuchel didn't play him, guys. Like he does act like Tuchel played Havertz a lot. He didn't.
Oscar, he didn't play him because he played 120 minutes on Wednesday. He didn't play him for that.
No, I'm talking about the back end of last season. Once Tuchel came in, the players who had the most games were Werner and Mount. They played a lot because Tuchel likes those kind of players. He trusts them. Like we love Havertz because of the talent we know he possesses. Same with Pulisic, same with Ziyech. But you have to look at what Tuchel has done so far and just think, okay, these are clearly the kind of players that he likes. It's going to be Werner, Mount, and Lukaku. That's what I think.
Oh wait, before you go, Artem says if Lukaku starts and we're going by performances, Werner starts on the right bench for Arsenal game. Pulisic, Mount, and Havertz should all be ahead of it. I would not be surprised if Timo Werner starts against Arsenal. To be fair,
he's got the pace for it.
I'm not saying on merit. I just think I agree with Oscar as well, saying I think Timo Werner would end up being given the run out for this game too. But I just need to see Werner ball out if that's the case because I can't have another Werner performance like that one. Declared as well, saying new VAR rules. If those rules were in place last season, you would be singing a different tune. Now with the link up with Lukaku, I'm expecting good things. I mean, one thing I'm expecting is that he should bag more goals in the league than he did last season. He has to be getting more than 6 at the bare minimum, especially with the offsides. But in terms of his overall game, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm just going to let the season go through and I'm just going to react to whatever I see. I'm not going to say he's going to be good. I'm not saying he's going to be shit. I'm just going to say what I've seen now hasn't been good enough, but let's give him the time to change. I'm not going to judge him based off these 2 games, but I'm not going to give him the same level of patience.
Lewis. Give him at least 10 12 games, innit?
No, I agree with you on that. I'm not writing him off or anything like that. It's just I'm not going to sit here after every poor game that he has and just say, yeah, it was just this or it was just that.
Exactly.
I'm going to say, nah, he needs to pattern up.
You know what, yeah? If it ended in 0-0, we lost 1-0, then everyone will be coming for his head, right?
Of course.
But the fact is, we won the game 3-0. Like we weren't relying on Timo Werner as our striker. In my opinion, he's a half striker. He's not really a proper striker.
It's a second
score
striker.
Goals. Yeah,
I know, but you can still criticise players.
No, of course you can criticise, but the first game of the season to straight away go at him is ridiculous.
Yeah, but when as we just said, we're playing a shit Palace team. That Palace team was shit. They were trying to play.
Match fit.
I don't even know what the fuck they were trying to play.
No one's really. Everyone's touch was there or thereabouts. It wasn't. The sharpness ain't there, man.
Because we had the most players in Europe going out into European competition, going out into Copa America. Who did Palace have going out?
Obviously, no one. But that's why I think we're signing champions.
Palace.
To last season. Last season we'd have drawn 0-0 to them.
Yeah, but we're at Palace because I spoke with a Palace fan last night. He was saying apparently they have 9 new players in their squad.
Oh yeah, they said that. Yeah.
And plus, when you factor in Vieira, who I didn't watch him while he was at Nice in New York City, but from what I've heard at Nice, he's not that great. So when you factor all that in, and plus with Roy Hodgson leaving, they were bound to dip and be in a relegation battle. I think we just beat
they go down with the Arsenal
Palace side.
Also, they from what I can tell from Vieira at Nice, he likes to play a possession system, and they have not got the players to play a possession system at all. And with the new players in the squads, they've lost so many and they've got so many, so their team's a mess. And the fact that they were a mess and he still had a poor game means we are free to criticise. It's not to slate him and slander him and get at him for everything, but to say he had a poor game and to criticise what he did wrong is not a bad thing. It'll be the same thing if he starts with Arsenal and against
criticised. But he worked his socks off for the team. He was all over the place, and I care about that because he's putting pressure on their defence, pressing them, and that's what we need in the way we play. But the bottom line is, I don't think you're gonna. We got Lukaku, and we're gonna look to Lukaku to get us all our goals. But the way Chelsea play and the way Tuchel play, I see it like the goals can come from anywhere now in our team. Like, and we don't have to just be over reliant on just Lukaku or just Werner. We got Kai Havertz, got Mason Mount. We got players, Pulisic, that can score goals, that can win us games, and we're playing as a team. And that's what I want to see. Like, I don't want to just be over reliant on Lukaku, and if he doesn't play, we're not going to score goals. I don't want it to be like that. I want us to have anyone in the front line is capable of scoring goals. And I think with Werner, once he gets that first goal, breaks his duck for this season, I think we will see a confidence grow with him. And he is a confidence player, clearly, like most footballers, they're confidence players. But Werner he's still, I still feel like he's over trying.
Didn't we make the same excuse the entirety of last season? As soon as he scores a goal, he'll push on.
Look, like I said last season, everyone in our front line was piss poor. It wasn't just Werner.
No, but we literally we didn't talk about everyone else. We literally said with Werner, as soon as he gets a goal, he'll push on. Oh, if he gets a goal for Germany in internationals, he'll push on.
It hasn't come, has it? It hasn't come yet.
Thank you. There's my point.
But it will come, mate. It's going to come. He's not going to go on for the rest of his career and not score a goal. He's going to get his goal. It's just when it's the right time. Maybe it comes against Liverpool or an Arsenal in a big game. I want him to score in a big game. I think
he's good in the big games, though, Johnny.
I think both sides have a point. Maybe we just need to come to accept that maybe he just won't be the same player he was at Leipzig, and to be honest, that is okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, in terms of if he's not going to be the main guy, because we have, everyone else that we have, that's fine. He can still be a player that can contribute something for the squad. That's okay. I'm okay with that. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
he might just end
I
up
understand
being
what you're saying,
facilitator for Lukaku or for Kai Havertz.
Like,
he's not going to be. I don't think he's prolific.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having a healthy squad with different players that bring different sort of attributes. Like,
but he needs to bring something. He needs to, of course, you're right, but he needs to bring something. For me personally, I need double figures league goals from Timo Werner this season, because if you're just there running up and down and linking up with Lukaku, you're taking minutes away from Pulisic, who still needs time to develop, who's a young player. You're taking minutes away from, Ziyech, who's probably not going to play that much, and a Hudson-Odoi, who's probably going to have to go out on loan or somewhere else to play. Like, Werner has not played to the standard that we bought him for, or to the level that he needs.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny,
though. You said I need him to bring something.
You notice the difference, didn't you?
Oscar, you said I need him to bring something. You know what he brings, but it's the fact of you want him to get double-digit goals. But last season... No, I know, but hold on. Last season, even with all the embarrassing misses, whatever, he still got like 27 goal contributions. So
that's not enough for me. That's not enough. I need league goals. He scored 6 league goals.
But I know. And the 6 league goals thing is embarrassing. And I get it's not enough for you. But for me, as long as everyone's contributing to the team and we're winning, I don't have a problem with it.
This is the thing that annoys me about Chelsea fans. Can I tell you what annoys me about Chelsea fans? You lot will say it's okay as long as we're winning, but you'll forget the fact that we finished 4th on the last day of the season. Like, we had a bad league campaign last year. A bad one. He can't do that. He can't replicate that again.
But again, Oscar, I know we finished 4th. And that's why I personally don't... There are players in the squad I don't think that are good enough in terms of us competing and winning. But I could be proven wrong. But the thing is, everyone was bad last season. So as much as you can talk about Werner and stuff, I can talk about Cho. I can talk about Mount and his assists. I can talk about, well, maybe Havertz had COVID, but I can talk about Pulisic and how he's always injured and he's not fit and stuff. I can talk about a lot of these players. So give it another season. Let's see. And I know there's different, again, I understand there's different circumstances. I'm not digging at anyone. My point is, let's see what happens. And if he ends up being bad at the end of this season, we know what Chelsea are like. We're probably going to end up selling him. And he has a selling value because he is rated in Europe, by the way. So he will have a selling value.
Yeah, so, he'll be at Bayern. He'll go to Bayern. Yeah, I know exactly where it's going to go.
No, I don't. I personally don't have a problem.
Last year we were over-reliant on Timo Werner. Everyone, because we didn't play Tammy hardly.
Were we?
We didn't play Giroud very, very much.
Were we? Because our biggest
of course, because he was
no,
our
because
£50 million
our biggest problem was that we couldn't really rely on Timo Werner.
No,
because if we could rely on him more, we would be a lot higher up in the table now.
The other players we played in the front line weren't like strikers or full strikers. They were Mason Mount, Ziyech, or Adoys, or whoever's playing. They weren't. Werner is the closest we had to a striker. If he didn't play Giroud or Tammy, he's the next one, isn't he? So if he's playing every game, then you're relying on him as that striker to score goals, and he wasn't scoring goals, but he offered.
I think we used him more for his movement.
I was going to say the relying on him. You don't have to rely on a player like with the goals to win games. Like look at City and Liverpool. Their strikers last season and the season before weren't relied on. It was the other players around them to score the goals.
Yeah. We play like that. We play very much like that, where we.
So why we weren't relying on him for the goals? We were relying on the front three.
No, but everyone expected, all right, Timo Werner being signed to score goals for Chelsea Football Club, and he scored 6 goals in the whole season. And that's where the problem lies with everyone, because they expect him to score 15 to 20 goals. He's a striker, but he's not really that orthodox striker. He's not a Lukaku or a Tammy type.
He's an inside forward. He's an inside forward.
He's an inside forward. So he's not played with a Lukaku or a Poulsen. When he plays with Havertz, he's a lot better, if you ask me. I think he plays he's more comfortable. So he hasn't played last season with Havertz because of COVID and half the season. And when he did, he was good. Like the Champions League final, his run and movement and City scared of his pace allowed us Mason Mount the space to play the ball and score the goal. And he's great like that. But put a Lukaku in there now, it's a different animal. And I think we just have to give him this season at the very, last season, like I said, is a freebie. You know what I'm saying? This season, if he doesn't score more than 10 goals with a Lukaku, or let's say Lukaku bags 35 goals and it's credit with Werner, I'm down for that. If Lukaku's going to get all the glory, I don't give a shit as long as we win games. But he's going to contribute. Werner will contribute.
Cool. He has to then. He has to.
I think we should put the best players to aid Lukaku around him.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me. But we'll see. The main thing with,
obviously.
Of course, depending on the opposition. The main thing is you have to perform to play for Chelsea. Like you can't just be this player, and because you offer this certain attacking element, that means you start every week, regardless of performance. Like for example, you don't know I'm a massive Cho fan. He played in the Super Cup and he was poor, and he wasn't in the side yesterday because he had a poor performance the game before. That's how it should be. But we've got a player like by his level, by his standards, I think he was poor in the Super Cup and he didn't play this game. Pulisic yesterday scored a goal. He's probably not going to start against Arsenal.
By my standards of show, I think he was good. Like he was average in the Super Cup. I don't have a problem with how but again, he's a young player. I don't have a problem with how he performed. I know young players dip, but it's because people expect so much from Joe because of his talent. So when he has a bad performance, they make it out that's worse than it actually is. I think he was just okay. I don't have a problem with
that. Before we move on with this conversation,
because I think Havertz and Mount and Lukaku play against Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think those are the three up front.
I just want to say R.I.P. to Gerd Miller.
Yeah, it's about to play one thing. Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
you just passed away.
Yeah. I want to say that, but
mad.
Won't say it.
Yeah, rest in peace. Condolences to all the families and friends and everything. Crap! Wow.
And I was going to say before, because I want to go because I'm in my pain's chest, so I want to leave. But I want to just say thank you to everyone. Obviously, all this love and support, and I'm glad I'm home and I'm back as much as I can for future reference or streams. And I put a little bomb out there on against Arsenal. Mount shouldn't play; he should be dropped. My little bomb.
Why?
Who should play?
It should be Havertz, should be Lukaku, and it should be Pulisic.
I agree with that.
Havertz on the so what?
Pulisic on the left, Havertz on the right, and Lukaku. I do want to see Havertz and Lukaku link up well together because I think they interchange really well with their runs. Havertz will roam in from the right into the middle. Lukaku likes to roam a little bit to the right as well. I think there's a partnership there too. We're speaking a lot about Werner and Lukaku. I think Havertz and Lukaku could be just as damaging.
Oh, it's even more so because Havertz is a little bit more technical of a player, has a little bit more he's better on the ball than Timo is. And if you want to look at the ideal partner for Lukaku was Lautaro Martinez. So is Werner a lot like Martinez?
No, he's not.
I guess quickness, you could say so, but the players that we have on our team that are like Lautaro Martinez,
we haven't got one.
Come to mind are Pulisic and Havertz because they'll make the different runs. That they take up good positions in the box to receive the ball, and they know how to run off players like a 1-2. So I think they're actually going to benefit even more from Lukaku than Werner will, because we know what it'll be with Werner. It'll be speed and get in behind. It's always speed because he doesn't have the technical ability with the ball at his feet of those other two players because he's never developed that in his game for whatever reason. So let's just hope that whoever's playing with Lukaku plays well with him, or they're going to be sitting on the bench and the next person is going to be up to give it a try. And I think that as far as Mount, I think Mount's best position is deeper. If you looked in the second half yesterday, he started to drop, and we played almost a 5-3-2, where Mount was kind of playing as a cam. And when he picks up the ball deep and makes those forward passes, is when he's most effective. Arriving late outside the box so he can pop a shot. That's what I want to see from Mount, because I think as an out and out speed to get in behind, I think that he lacks a little bit of that because he's not a winger. He's not a forward. In truth, he's a midfielder more. So I think that those are developments in the game. But whoever plays with Romelu Lukaku has no excuses, because the defense is going to be set up and focused on stopping Big Rom. So you're just another guy. You're an also ran out there with Lukaku. So you better be doing bits off of him, because you'll have the defense at your beck and call, because they will not be focused on you. I don't care if you're Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, Callum Hudson-Odoi if he gets time. Nobody is going to focus their defense on you. You're going to be – so you should be able to play well, because there's not going to be any pressure for you to put the ball in the back of the net.
Brilliant point.
For me as
Everyone's going to be trying to stop Lukaku.
I think for me as well with that Arsenal game is, I think on that left it has to be Hudson-Odoi, because you saw how awful they were when they were getting attacked by Brentford. Every time they attacked them and dribbled at them, especially Chambers, it was bad. And the fact that they brought on their backup left back at right back instead of either of their two right backs that they have as a sub, I think that's where you're going to get at them. And Ben White is distinctly average.
Oh, speaking of which, that Tavares guy, he's apparently he's got footed, which is why he came on that right side. And he's good going forward defensively. So if he starts, that's going to be a massive weakness to expose. I look at the way Tierney played against Brentford as well. It seems like they're just giving it to him to cross at every single opportunity. But
whoever they play at right back, to be fair, Chambers was awful, Bellerin's awful, Cedric's average, Tavares said is better going forward than defensively.
Ben White
at right back.
But you know what's odd? Apparently, Arsenal have the best players in the league per position. So
they don't.
That's some deluded Arsenal fan.
That's why they're drinking over Arsenal.
You know, whoever's watching the Arsenal Brentford game, was you shocked? Because when I was watching it, I knew they was going to lose. I felt like they was going to lose. It wasn't a shocker.
I predicted a 2-0 Brentford win. I predicted.
You should have put a bet on, man.
On stream.
No,
I predicted a 2-0 Brentford win. I also said one of Martinelli or Tierney would be hurt.
My concern right now is we've only got Jorginho and Kovacic because Kante's injured. We haven't got anyone else.
Chalobah.
Yeah,
I don't see him playing.
He'll put Mount in there. If it last resort, he'll put Mount, but you can't go a whole season like that.
No, but you can.
I think he'll put RJ in there first.
Before.
I'd rather see
They let
Reece
Billy
there than
Gilmore
Mount.
go, so they need to buy someone now, and they need to
There's
do
not
it very
many.
soon.
We really don't.
We
Too
do.
many
We need
is-
someone. We
Kamara.
can't go a whole season with just 3 of them. And then
We have more than 3 of them.
David, I sent you the link, G.
We've got more than 3. We've got James can play there. Chalobah can play there. Mount can
how
play
many
there as
times
a
is
last
James
resort.
playing there? Mount is going to be the 4th ranking, all right? So James, Mount will be before James. But what I'm saying to you is, to go for a whole season, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah,
I want an orthodox position. I want to play.
Chouamini's coming in.
How do we know he's coming in? How do we know he's coming in?
He was the number 1 central midfielder target was Rice.
Yeah, so why have we bought him?
Okay, 80 million pounds is right. Why? And we just saw in this game why he's not 80 million pounds.
No, Chouamini. Why haven't we bought him?
Because we've got Lukaku done. Now we're going to do Koundé, and then we're going to do Chouamini. It'll be done before the window. It's just the way we're.
How long's Kante out for?
We don't know that. It hasn't. They haven't said. And it might be the Achilles thing again. It could be the Achilles thing. Remember, he was brought off a couple of games last year because his Achilles was sore. He probably has tendonitis in his Achilles.
Yeah, so I don't want to go into the start of the new season, right? Running Kovacic and Jorginho ragged, not getting any rest or anything for the next 4, 5, 6 games.
No, but I hear what you're saying, but it's only this game. It's only Liverpool, and then it's the international break. So we only have 3 games to worry about.
Yeah, but Arsenal and Liverpool are massive games. They might be knackered.
Wait, because it's only those 2 games with 1 week gaps in between, and then we're in an international break for 2 weeks. So it's not that deep.
And don't forget, we've got the open training
other
session on
players who
Wednesday.
can play there, and it's not like they've never played there before. They have played there before, so they know the basics of that position.
Who are you talking about?
Chalobah, James,
Loftus-Cheek's a kid, man. When's he gonna? He's not.
Cool.
It's one thing playing
He
that
still
position.
played there. He played there in a team that nearly got European football last year.
You're playing against Arsenal and Liverpool. It's a different ball game in that position.
I think Liverpool fans will be mad that you put Arsenal in their same category, though.
Yeah, that's harsh.
I'm not saying.
The thing is, Chalobah,
they're both big games, whether you like it or not. Although Arsenal was shit.
Chalobah has played more senior games there than Billy Gilmore has.
Exactly.
So he's not like this 17-year-old kid, Chalobah.
Bro, he played there for a European team, like a team that almost got European football last season. In fact, I think they might have done. I can't quite remember.
Who was that, Lorient?
Yeah, that was.
I watched him play Monaco the other night.
Like, I'm not being funny. You're talking about players that need to be 4th, 5th, 6th choice. They can play there. They're able to play in these positions. Yeah. It's not like we need a starter.
This is the point. This is the point I was making earlier. Like
the fact that we're going in for Chouamini to buy him says everything. He's backing my point.
If we were trying to get him urgently, it'd be done. Or we
you need to get him. Regardless, you need to get him for the whole season. We need a player.
I'm not worried.
We need an experienced player.
Not worried.
Just before you guys go further, I just gotta go through these super chats. Ken Berry saying Werner was firing when he was playing off Tammy last year, just like Paulson at Leipzig. Once Werner plays with Lukaku, he'll meet expectations. Let's just see. Like, I do believe that. I understand the thought process behind it. There's every reason why it should work. I just need to see it work out in practice. But I agree with what you're saying. Artem as well saying, wouldn't you be worried about losing the ball a lot up top, playing Lukaku and Timo together? Lukaku's touch improved, but it's still not the best, and Timo's touch is terrible. Werner's touch needs to improve. Lukaku's touch has improved, but like we do need to see him practice in the Premier League as well. It's a much quicker league. He's got better tactically as well in Serie A too. So like I'm not really worried as much because I know his movement's going to be good enough, and we're not going to see the touch at United either. But I understand the reservations. It's another one where we have to see it in practice, but I've got no reason to think it's going to be the same Lukaku from Manchester United. And I think with an improved touch, you're going to see an improved delivery out to another player as well, because he's not going to be panicking as much when he's on the ball.
So the idea that when a player is on the pitch is that they do everything perfectly. There's never been a match played by a player that was a perfect game. Okay, I don't care if he scored a perfect hat trick, Christian Pulisic. He still had moments in the game that he wasn't good. So there's always going to be. So if Big Rom has a bad touch, one bad touch, two bad touches in the game, and you're going, "Wow, you can't hold the ball up," come on, folks. This is not FIFA.
People are going to be watching for every bad touch.
Wait, this ain't FIFA.
It's the moments where the bad touches come. If they come in moments which are not so bad, fine. But if they come in moments where it's a tight game and you rely on that touch to allow you to have a shot and score a goal, that's where the criticism will come in. But yeah, not everyone's first touch is the best or whatever. Fair play. But you need it to be at least 60%, man, in each game at the very least.
And I think we'll get 60% from him easily.
That wasn't my point. My point is there are always moments in the game where a player is going to do something that you don't think he should have done. He should have done something else. We can take the criticism that I heard on multiple streams yesterday of Christian Pulisic. Oh, he held the ball onto the ball. He didn't release the ball enough. There are always going to be moments in the game that a player is going to do something that you don't think they should have done. What you have to look at is the overall game and what they contribute to the success or the failure of the team. And the majority of those, actually all of those players yesterday contributed to a success. Even as bad as Timo was on his first touch, he still contributed to the success of the team, because they then had to worry about that long ball, which might have opened up space in the middle. So even though he had an average game and we wanted more from his touch, he still was on a team that won 3-0. And we're sitting here having arguments about this or that. Wait until we lose a game. If this is what we get when we win 3-0, when nobody thought we were going to win 3-0, nobody predicted a 3-0
I said on the stream.
Okay. Except for Nostradamus Chris over there.
Through a telescope, Werner, waiting for him to fuck up every single time. And have a go at him saying, "See, I proved you right. I'm right." That's what everyone just wants.
No, but we weren't. Like, from the atmosphere in the ground, like everyone was backing Timo Werner. I never heard a single criticism.
Timo gets the most cheers. Everyone was giving it Timo.
Everybody loves the guy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if we do this when we win 3-0, what happens when we lose? I mean, we're going to be
You've seen us when we draw. You've seen us when we draw games, let alone lose. You know it's chaos.
The thing is, I think the reason for that is because we are in a position where we have so many talented attacking players, and everybody has their favorites. So as soon as one player doesn't play well, the favorite of the other player is just going to be like, "See, he shouldn't be playing. My guy should be playing ahead of him." So even when we win 3-0, this is happening. So I think it's just going to continue this season.
Oh yeah, well, it's because the toxicity of people have some enmity on here because they don't have to show their face. People like us who have to come on here. So now you know and show your face. So if again, Chelsea first, your player second. Whatever agenda you have, is Chelsea first. And if you're straying away from Chelsea first over your agenda, then you gotta look at yourself.
Your priorities ain't straight. Your priorities ain't straight.
I mean, you should see what I get when I talk about Lukaku. Like, he's not good. So
wait, David's here. Wow.
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you saying, David?
Go on, bro. What are you saying?
Happy with the win. Lukaku's coming in, and I expect big things. That simple. Like, you can't be 100 mil, and people will be saying you're allowed to score the same number of goals as Patrick Bamford. I can't have it. I said for me, he's got
30 goals, man.
He's got there's no leeway for him. I don't care. I do not.
Okay, what's the number? What's the number in the league?
I'm saying closer to 25.
Okay. Did anybody say
he's got to
the
be
amount of
between
chances?
20 and 25?
Can I just say the past 3 years, not a single player has got 25 goals in the league.
I was going to say, are you talking in the league?
In the league, yeah.
No,
That's
in the
what I
league,
expect too.
bro. For me, he's got to get 20, between 18 and 20, because Kane and Salah got 23 and 22 last season.
Yeah.
So I'm saying at least 18 to 20.
Yeah, but he's a
that's fair.
particle striker in his prime. I expect.
Yeah, but why does 100 mil matter? We just needed a striker to
It
score.
always matters.
It's not the
No,
goal.
we just needed a striker to score. And if we win the Premier League, he gets 20 goals.
No,
That's
guys,
no big
guys,
Chris,
if
it ain't the
Lukaku,
price tag, bro. It's about the fact that where he is in his career and the age he's at, the experience he's got.
but people keep on mentioning the price tag, and it shouldn't be that. Because like, if let's say Lukaku was his last contract at Inter, and we signed him on a free, would your expectation of goals be the same than when we paid 100 million? Because he's still the same player. You're signing the same guy.
No.
You can't expect more goals just because he costs more money.
I'm sorry. When you pay that amount of money, I understand in a perfect world it shouldn't matter, and we can all hold hands and say kumbaya. But this ain't a perfect world, so the price tag always matters. The price tag is always going to be factored in how you perform, right? The expectations are always going to be more with the more money you spend on somebody.
If you're spending 100 million on a 20, if you're spending 100 million on a 20-year-old with potential, you give more leeway. No, you give more leeway.
Why? Why do you give more leeway?
Because they're potential. They're not
Again,
Lukaku,
the thing with Lukaku, right?
Striker, he doesn't get leeway.
No, I fully agree. The thing is, whenever you sign a player, you always get the standard. He needs time to adjust to the league. He may not be old enough, and yada yada yada. Lukaku's been in this league, so he knows it. The guy is in his prime, and we create a lot of chances. So I don't see why it's unreasonable for me to expect 23 goals.
The only reason I would say he probably would get less than the other two, and I wouldn't expect more than the other two, is those other two have been in their systems longer. That's the only leeway I'll give Lukaku, is he have to learn the system. But apart from that, there is no leeway, and that's the only reason why.
But Timo Werner didn't get that last year. Everyone was scoring.
No, he did.
He
scored 6 goals.
He got a lot.
I know he scored 6 goals, but from very early on, it was Timo Werner needs to improve this.
He's 25,
and he was 40 mil. So Lukaku's 100 mil. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, the price is there, but it is there. He's 100 mil. If Lukaku had signed for Tottenham and he was 100 mil, we'd all mention the price. So I don't know why you can't do it for our own players.
72 million, all right? But you're buying absolute world-class potential. That's what you've bought. You're not expecting Kai Havertz to come in and hit the ground running and be the finished article player. No, well, you're ridiculous then to expect that from
I'm expecting him to show a level of ability. I'm not saying he's
showed the level of ability.
He's already showed the ability, though.
If I'm buying a player for 70 mil, I'm expecting something. I'm not expecting him to just
No, of course you expect something, but you're still buying potential. If you're buying a Lukaku 28 going on 29 in his prime, right? Scoring, he's a goal scorer. He's the finished article striker. There's no development. He's only going to decline from here with his age. So I expect him to come with the experience of Premiership to back goals from day one. He plays against Arsenal. I expect a goal.
So am I.
I feel like he's got back goals.
I got a question.
I'm expecting 20 goals in the league. That's all I said is I'm expecting 20 goals.
But it's a different expectation with Kai Havertz.
I think you will give that. He normally does that anyway.
Kai Havertz, you give him a season or 2 seasons, adjust, and he's going to show glimpses, but he's not going to be like consistent and perfect and the finished article player because he's only 22. He's going to be in his prime at 27, 28. That's when you buy. No, my point is when you buy 27, 28-year-old Kai Havertz, and he comes into your side, you expect him straight away to be that to bring everything, all the minerals that he's got immediately. You're not buying potential. He's exceeded potential. So Lukaku for me has exceeded potential. Therefore, I expect him when he comes to play for Chelsea. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to bag the goals, and he's got to do it thick and fast.
This man this man right here. Go big up to yourself.
Saying is Chalobah the refund for the fat franc tax we had to pay for Tomori. Yeah, I've heard people saying like Gay is the exact same thing as well.
We're worried about Tomori now.
So
no one's saying we're worried about Tomori.
Are you guys on the train of we don't sign Koundé because we have Chalobah?
No, hell no.
We want Koundé. I don't get anyone saying that shit.
No,
people are.
You don't let Koundé go.
I know you're celebrating the Tammy departure as well, my G. I know that results for you.
So I have a question for everybody. If you bought a $60,000 Benz and a $20,000 Toyota, which one's going to drive? Which one do you expect to drive better?
The Mercedes-Benz.
$60 million one.
Okay, because you paid $60,000 for it. It's the same way with players. So the price tag always sets expectations.
Anyone on the panel saying this,
Come
right?
on.
That's not my.
You're acting like they're machine.
That's a horrible example.
That's a great example.
Because then if I sold you a Toyota for double the price, do you expect it to drive better because it costs double the price? No, it's still a Toyota. It's still the same car. That's the point.
If you're charging me more, if you're charging me double the price.
Now,
if you're charging me double the price,
let's not forget one thing. Football players are not machines.
If you're being charged double the price, it's because that's the demand of the product. It doesn't change the value. If you're in the desert and you ain't got a bottle of water, this bottle of water will cost £1,000 to you. You'll pay it because you need it. It doesn't make the water any different.
No, but it's just a bottle of water. No, but it does make the water overpriced.
Just as a point, if you're paying big money for a product, a vehicle, a player, whatever, you're expecting what you pay for it.
No, you're expecting the player. You are buying the player. If you think that player is worth this much when they're free, they're worth the same when they're 100 million.
But also, if you're spending big money, you're expecting the output from a big money.
You can't control what the market dictates. If the market dictates that Lukaku's 90 million, he's 90 million. But if the player's worth 90 million to your club to buy him, you will pay that money because you think he's worth that money. It's what it's worth to you.
Real world
with the car analogy, there's no potential in cars. You're buying what you see. It does what it says on the tin. So players don't work like that.
The thing is, like when you look at again, economics is like simple supply and demand. If the demand is so high that it increases the price, that thing that you bought may still be overpriced though. So even though it's worth £1,000 to you with the water in the desert, it's still overpriced because that water isn't actually worth £1,000.
It's the same.
I agree.
It's the same with the other way around as well because it's
David.
The same
I
with
agree.
The Jack Grealish deal or the Rice deal, that they're overpriced, but that's what the value is to the people selling it. So it's the exact same thing. That's the value.
You can't expect more just because you paid more.
Yes, you can.
But it's silly. It's not realistic for you. It's silly on your own behalf because then you're just like, oh well, I expect if in 10 years' time the inflation goes so high that we're buying strikers for 200 million, are you going to expect 60 goals because it's double what 100 million was 10 years ago? It doesn't work like that.
If you have two TVs, one's $1,000, one's $500. Do you expect a better picture on a $1,000 TV?
Of course.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when you walk into the shop, if you pay $1,000 for the 500 TV, you're going to get 500 quality because that's what the TV is.
That's what Oscar's point here is. I've got two TVs. They're the exact same make, model, everything. One's £1,000. One's £500. Are you going to expect the same?
Thank you.
Or are you going to expect better from the £1,000 one?
That's also a different argument.
There is no difference.
Yeah, but players are not exactly the same. They're just not.
No, they're not.
I'm saying if we'd have got
It's
Lukaku for
a
half,
to use this on fucking players.
no, okay. Say we got Lukaku for 50 mil instead of 100 mil. Are you going to expect the same as if we go in for 100 mil?
Yes, because he's still in his prime.
No.
Then, but why?
No.
But
why?
No.
He's the same player. Why would you?
Exactly
Why would you expect different things? It's like we got Thiago Silva on a free. He's still a world-class defender that we brought in.
No, I can understand. I can understand how the price tag would want you to demand more out of a player, but same way, that's on the club for the price tag. The player you get is the player you get, regardless of how much they pay.
Yeah, but it's about when you pay big money. All it is pressure, and it's pressure on that player.
Yeah, all I said is expectation. The expectation is the
pressure.
£100 million player is going to be better than
it's all relative.
Right?
Back in the day, when we were signing strikers for 20 mil, it's not like we said they should score 4 goals. It's all relative to today. So Lukaku is the first £100 million striker in the Premier League. He is. So why should I not expect a high value for what I'm paying?
Return for your money.
I think you should look at Lukaku's attributes, how many goals he scored last year, how many goals he scored in the Premier League before, and make a number based on how good the player is. You're going to set yourself up for failure if you say he should hit this ridiculous number that the money dictates.
His highest was 20. Did he get like 23 in the Premier League in one season?
He got a lot at Everton. He got
23 at Everton. He got 24 last year at Inter, and I think this is probably the best team he's going to play in. So why is it unreasonable?
It's not.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Can I ask something?
He should be competing with Harry Kane for the Golden Boot.
That's
100%.
fair.
Without a question.
Cool.
Without a
But
question.
this idea that if he doesn't get 25, 30 goals, it's a failure. 20 goals for me is minimum. If he gets more than that, happy days. But I'm setting my expectation for him for his first season back in a new system to be at a good level, not breaking records and shit. Like at a good level, which he can push on next year and get next year 30 goals.
That's where my levels are
after
different.
that,
then.
at the
but it's
minute,
not like
I'm
all of
saying
these
20
players have
goals.
been
And
running
push on
this
from that.
I expect it from Lukaku at the stage of career he's at. I
Yeah,
expect him to deliver.
when you're 28, you don't get time. You don't.
No, you ain't
It's
got
different.
time on your side. We are
Fair enough.
Paid that,
Fair enough.
We paid that money.
We know we
because
ain't got
we're
time.
paying for the finished article player. We're not buying a Haaland or a young potential striker to give him a year's time. Tuchel hasn't got time, so they've gone and invested a lot of money in Lukaku.
What?
Okay, so question.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm just saying. I'm just.
Question: if we'd have signed Haaland, what would your goal expectations be for him?
Yeah, I want
Still
to
20 goals.
Probably about the same because he's got more upside
Okay,
to
cool.
him.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
My
If it was
one.
less, then this makes no fucking sense.
If it was Haaland, I would expect more. Because people talk about his 50% conversion
Why would
rate
you
and
expect
how
more of a
I'm trying to explain. You're cutting in. People would talk about his 50% conversion rate, how he's world class, one of the best strikers in the world, and everything, and how he's generational. I do expect more from him. I would expect more than 20 goals in the league. I'd expect him to challenge, if not be the Golden Boot winner. I don't think that's crazy.
What's your expectations for this team? Let's start there. What's your expectation for this team as a whole?
Win a trophy, a domestic trophy, and at least challenge for the league. And I'm talking no more than about 5 points off top.
Spot on. I'm the same.
Wait, we've already won a trophy though.
No,
the
domestic. So I'm saying, either one of the cups, or the Club World Cup, and a title challenge at the minimum. No less than second.
I'm taking the Super Cup and the Club World Cup as a given that we're winning anyway.
Same.
So
we thought that last time.
Given we got to remember 2012.
No, but it's a base level expectation.
Yeah, I'm expecting us to win it. So we should win. I'm expecting us to win a domestic cup and win one of the Prem or the Champions League. If we're really the serious team that is ready to compete and win, then we should be winning one of the Prem or retaining the Champions League.
I agree with that.
As well as staying FA Cup and a Carabao with it. That's not ridiculous.
So what's the difference in this team from than last year, other than right now, as far as players, is Lukaku? So the expectation, if your expectation is win the Premier League, then you have to say, well, how do you get there from where we were last year? And that's putting the ball in the back of the net. So for me, Big Rom needs 25 goals in the Prem, and he'll get it on this team because we create so many chances. Look at the chances we created yesterday that weren't put away. He'll put those away. And if he doesn't put those away, we've invested £100 million poorly.
But Jester, for me, it's not just about Lukaku. Because people keep telling me because of the Champions League win, we've got the mentality now. We're winners. People keep saying our squad is on par with City and stuff, and we can challenge and win. If that is all the case, then it's not ridiculous to even forgetting just Lukaku. So I'm not putting pressure on him. I'm putting pressure on the squad and everyone to perform to a world-class level. Because, I have question marks on some of these players in the team. I have question marks on Christensen and Rudiger, who are going to be our centre-back partnership. I have question marks a bit on Mendy. Our midfield, as world-class as it is, it's an injury away from everything falling apart. I have question marks on our forward line. So that's my thing is, if we're really this amazing team, I should expect us to retain the Champions League.
I was going to say, win the talking about Haaland, not Haaland, Lukaku. I need to see step-ups from multiple players, from Cho to Pulisic to Werner to Ziyech to whoever. I need to see a step up from everyone.
I agree.
I can't wait to see.
One sec, saying I'm hearing some strange logic. If we got Haaland for 200 mil, I guess he should score 50 goals. It sounds like West Ham just equalised as well. Side Ben Rama. Haaland. That's only because of the overhyping from the fan base. Everyone acted like he was going to come in and literally just treat the Premier League like it was the Bundesliga, and there was no chance it was going to happen anyway. If we got Haaland, he would command that sort of pressure from rival fans. But in terms of the club that he's at, I think we'd be a bit more realistic with our outcome.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want from Lukaku. It's just him to help us win the Premier League, and we win the Premier League. I'm not complaining what goals he gets if he helps us. If he gets 18 goals and Kai Havertz gets a bunch of goals and other players, even Timo, if he comes up and Lukaku's a big factor of that, I'm okay with that because all I want is a Premier League or a big trophy. If it comes down to that, goals won't matter. If that makes sense.
Goals matter for me. They do.
No, why? No, but if we win a Premier League, why would goals matter to you?
Because he's 100 mil. That's why.
You see, it's only 100 mil. Okay, then if Haaland comes in, he should get double then.
David knows what he's talking about.
No. If Haaland comes in, he should get double goals then, right?
Again, no, because if Haaland came in for... Okay, anyway, he wouldn't have been 200 mil. Let's say he was 150 mil.
No, because the agent fees would be a lot more as well.
No, because that was what was quoted by all the tier 1 journalists when
they wanted 200 million. And
so okay, fine. Even if you make it 200, even if it is 200 million, right? There's a difference. They're not the same player, as you guys were talking about earlier. Because they're not the same player, you can't have the same logic. Haaland is 20 years old. He'll have an upside because when he does want to leave, because he would use it as a stepping stone. He's going to be of an age where when you sell him on, he's going to be worth money. So that almost negates the massive fee that you're paying for him up front because you're going to get it back eventually. So it's different. It's not one person's 100 mil, this person's 200 mil, therefore they must be double, as you guys were literally saying earlier.
But let me ask one more question. Yeah, how much was Drogba back years ago?
Well, again, it depends on inflation, though.
And how much wouldn't? Yeah, and how much would be now? How much would Drogba be now today? You're saying?
I don't know what the inflation.
About 100 mil, roughly, right? Because 30 million back then was low.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't
it
know
would have been a lot more. I'm telling you.
People said Drogba was
he didn't get 20 plus
overpriced.
Yeah,
first seasons, people were like, we wasted our money on Drogba. He cost way too much.
Drogba, we bought a 25. We bought Lukaku.
Did he get 25 goals every season?
That was because of the goal tally, but Drogba got, I think, 15 plus in all competitions. That's
different era, different game too.
Yeah, different thing. The reason I mentioned this is because one thing I don't want is for Lukaku to have a good season, decent season. He scores about 17 league goals, and Chelsea fans are killing him because he didn't score 25.
Obviously it depends.
That won't be, because if he gets 20, what, in the Premier League?
I said 17, but
17 in the Premier League, and he's our top scoring striker since Diego Costa still. So no one will say.
If he gets 17 in the Premier League, it obviously depends on context. If he gets 17 and he's helping Timo score more goals and Havertz score more goals, that's fine. But if he's getting 17 and he's not having an effect on anybody else, then I'm going to be asking questions. Because
you just said no to my question when I said that to you.
Did I?
Yeah, I said if he's helping Timo and Kai Havertz score and we win the Premier League,
I didn't.
That's my problem.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part. Sorry.
But the reason is Lukaku's come in because none of our front line are scoring more than what 8 goals or 6 goals. So we need a striker who's going to put the ball in net so that we can kill off games. And that's why when Lukaku comes in at the age he's at, the stage of career he's at. Forget even a price tag, whether it's 50 million or 100 million, right? You're buying a finished article striker in his prime. You expect him to score 20 plus goals. You expect that. A Haaland, you're still buying potential. He's not a complete striker yet. He's just a freak generational player. He's just breaking records for fun.
My expectations for both of them are the same. Both of them, if they either one of them come into Chelsea, win the Golden Boot this year.
No, they're different because
that's my expectations.
You give Haaland at least a season to bed in. With Lukaku, you don't give him that bedding in.
But that's my expectation.
Wait, Jester, can I ask this? Johnny, to you, is Haaland better than Lukaku? Just yes or no?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Oh, cool. Right now. So the better players, we expect more from.
Yeah, but
you just said Haaland is just generational talent.
He's a younger player with potential. Lukaku ain't that.
So we should expect the same from them, though.
No. I expect goals, and he'll bag goals. But what I'm saying to you is, Lukaku hasn't got that time on his side. Haaland does. Haaland gets leeway. Lukaku doesn't.
I don't get if when people start saying things like generational for Haaland, for Havertz, for Sancho, whatever. I don't give time to them.
Haaland
I expect them to kick on straight away.
He's got 3 assists and 5 goals in 2 games.
Okay, good. That means I shouldn't expect him. I shouldn't expect time from him then.
No. He'll get goals. There's no question that he'll get goals. But he's not a 28-year-old in his prime.
Yes,
To demand
but if you're
30
telling
goals.
me
I don't
but if
demand
the 20,
30 goals. I
but
don't
if the
demand
20
30 goals off Haaland. I demand it
but
off
if the
Lukaku.
But if the 20, I didn't say 30 goals from Holland. If the 21-year-old is better than the, how old is Lukaku, 28-year-old, I'm expecting more from the 21-year-old because the 21-year-old is generational.
No, but you have to give him time still. He's so young.
I don't get no.
You have to.
No, but well, no.
I don't have to do anything except for breathe and pay
on
taxes.
that logic, you can't give Kai Havertz time. He's got to hit the ground running, is he? Even though he's better than other players in that position. Why does Kai Havertz not get any time?
When we bought Kai Havertz last season, and Chelsea fans were saying he's generational and everything, I didn't watch him in Bundesliga. Can I finish? I didn't watch him in Bundesliga. I genuinely had no idea what he was about. Is he a false 9? Is he a 10? Lampard wanted to play him as an 8. I didn't know what he was about. So
he's all those things.
So in terms of coming to the Prem, fine, maybe he can have a bit of leeway. But that's because I didn't watch him and I didn't know about him. So I didn't have expectation. With Haaland, I've seen him. I know what he's about.
Well, that's more fool be you then, isn't it? Because if you didn't watch Kai Havertz, then you don't know about Kai Havertz.
You guys, just before, all right, both of you, before you both go on. One sec, Johnny. Johnny.
Expecting to bag goals and
Johnny,
Johnny, Prime, both of you, 1 second. Before you both go off, declared same price terms leeway on average. Yeah, me, 1 second. Declared same price terms leeway on average for bad performances. Guys, 1 second. Declared same price. Can you not hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. Yeah. Declared same price terms leeway on average to bad performances. Also, I understand if you're saying in terms of how well they've been playing at a certain age, you can understand getting a bit more from them. I get that. Goyam saying, okay, let's get back to the important stuff. When Tappy gets hit with that 2-foot Kamori tackle in Serie A, he'll know he should have stuck with the WNBA. You're going to be slandering this guy all the way back in Italy, man. I can't be asked.
I'm so happy Tammy's gone, anyway. I'm so happy. Just happy.
JP as well saying Haaland will most likely end up at FC Bayern anyway.
I'm going to go out and come back in. You can let me know what's being said because I can't.
Yeah, no worries, bro. JP saying Haaland will most likely end up at FC Bayern anyways. Raul would want to move in 2 years later. Would rather have a lead in Lukaku instead. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't want Haaland, because he didn't have his long-term future here. He was going to be gone in about 3 years. This guy wanted a get-out clause in his contract. So there's no way this guy saw his long-term future at the club. He just saw us as a nice project that he could be a part of, continue to build his name, win a few trophies in England, maybe win the Champions League, and then dip to a bigger club afterwards. Oh, how the fuck did Antonio miss that? Oh my gosh. But yeah, like you guys were saying with fucking.
Yo, Zavi, what's good?
What were you? I forgot.
That's a long time, bro.
I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't hear anyone.
I was going through the super chats. That's all.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, yeah, that was the step. But yeah, Tammy's got.
Prime mate, go and watch Havertz, yeah, and understand what player we bought last season, because I know exactly what player we bought.
Watched him last season.
No, as in when he was at Leverkusen, I knew exactly what player we were buying. But I gave him leeway this season. He needs time to adapt, and I'll give the same to a player like Haaland, because I put Havertz and Haaland in that same bracket. Lukaku's a finished player.
Since when was Johnny running Havertz?
Johnny, did you actually hear anything I said?
I hear waffle from you, bruv. That's all I ever hear from you, geezer. You're saying to me that because you didn't watch Havertz, you don't know what to expect from Havertz, but you've watched a lot of Haaland, so you expect Haaland to come to the Premiership in his first season and demand that he scores the 20, 30 goals, right? But Havertz is still, as he's on that level of Haaland level, in the caliber of player you're buying. I've watched Havertz, I've watched Haaland, and they're both in that bracket, bruv. So I still give Havertz a season to adapt. I will give Haaland a season to adapt. So I don't understand what your logic is here, son. I don't get it.
If you don't get it, can I speak?
Go for it.
All right, cool. Because I haven't watched someone, regardless of what the hype is, I have nothing to expect. So anyone that comes to the Prem, you do have to have a bit of time. But if you have the high expectation and the demand and hype around you, then you're going to expect him to kick on.
Bro, did you not see how much hype Havertz had,
Can
bro? Are you fucking stupid? Are you stupid?
Can I?
Just let him finish.
Maybe you are if you don't understand. So let me.
No,
finish.
I've just explained it, and you're waffling again, bro.
Can
you're
I finish?
Waffling,
Go on, bro.
You're
Finish.
waffling, bro.
Go on, bro. Johnny, let lad.
Johnny, too jarring.
Can I finish? All right, cool. Never mind. So sometimes when you speak with the other people, they just keep rambling. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool.
His West Ham game is nuts.
Just lad.
No, this back and forth is redundant from someone who's not going to listen. It's fine.
Bro, you said to me,
we're listening. We're listening.
Like I said,
we've got 379 listeners.
You've come and said to me, you haven't watched Havertz, so you don't know what to expect from Havertz. But you've watched Haaland, so you know what to expect from Haaland. Well, you're the fool, bruv, who doesn't know about the hype that Havertz had, bruv. He had incredible hype. David, tell him, bruv.
I didn't
tell
know
him
he
the
didn't
hype
have
that
hype.
Havertz had.
He did.
Tell him.
Havertz
not had any hype, bro. And this geezer's not known about Havertz. Where have you been, bro?
Because I didn't watch him.
Well, you're fucking stupid, bro, to not know what player Havertz is, bro.
That was not a penalty.
That's not called people
That was
stupid.
not a penalty.
Let's not call each other.
That's how I know you're not listening.
You follow the sheep, bro. You follow Haaland, yeah, but you didn't know about Havertz, bro. That tells me everything you need to know about what you know about football, mate. But you don't know about Havertz. He's the most sought after number 10, false 9 in world football. And you didn't know about Havertz.
Because I didn't watch him. Why is that a problem?
What do you mean you didn't watch him? What, you didn't hear everyone talking about Havertz, bruv? To know
I heard people talk about him. I just didn't watch him.
So you didn't go and watch him, bruv. So because
I didn't watch him,
you don't know what to expect. But because you watch Haaland, listen to your logic, bruv. Because you watch Haaland, you expect from Haaland what you expect, what you've seen, yeah? But because you haven't seen Havertz, you don't know what to expect, and he can have his time to adjust, but Haaland doesn't, right? But Havertz has the same amount of hype as Haaland, bruv.
You're going around in circles.
Personally, for me, because I've watched a player, I've watched a player, I know what to expect. I haven't watched a player, so I don't know what to expect.
Right, well,
that does make sense, yes.
I'm telling you, like most of people in football that watch football that don't just watch the Premier League.
I don't just watch the Premier League. I just don't watch Havertz.
Most talented German right now in entire Germany. He's the best talent they have.
Germany?
Right?
Yeah, okay. Germany?
Yeah. No, he is. Fact.
Germany. That's what you said. Germany.
He's a gem, bruv. And the fact that you don't know about Havertz from last year, that tells me what you know, bruv. It tells me you don't know.
I don't watch Havertz, yeah. So what?
No, you don't watch German football, bruv.
I didn't watch him in Leverkusen.
German football, bruv.
Why is that a problem?
Personally,
well, you watch Haaland all of a sudden. So what's going on, bro?
And I watched.
So you watch German football then, didn't you? If you're watching Haaland, you're watching Bundesliga, but you didn't watch Havertz, bro.
I'm watching a team, not the whole league.
You're a wet fish, man. Give it up, son.
I'm a wet fish, and you're an old man.
What?
Let's
you're
continue.
a wet fish. I'm an old man. I'm older than you, son. So have some respect.
Yeah, you are older than me, so you are an old
so
man.
have some respect,
I
bro.
need to get Antonio in my
Have some
fantasy
respect,
Premier
then.
League.
Do you know what I mean? Don't come.
You're
lucky you're fucking.
He just missed the penalty.
You're lucky you're on here with me, mate.
He just scored.
I don't forget shit, bruv.
Oh, we just scored again. Oh, that's a goal. Oh, my goal is delayed. I've just seen it.
Come on, Antonio. He's in my fantasy.
David,
you picked Antonio. Oh, he's got your minus points, David. He missed the penalty.
He's got to go and assist.
He just scored.
He's got to go and assist.
Personally, for me, from someone who watches a lot of Bundesliga, I just think Haaland's been the best young player that's been in the league for a very long time. That's my personal opinion, though. Also, because of the things that I watch, because I'm not a Dortmund fan, but I like Dortmund. It's very Dortmund biased. So they're going to also say that Haaland's better. But that's just me. Havertz is very good, though. I think he's Germany's best player. I went to the England-Germany game, and Havertz was a different class. He's different class.
You could tell. You could tell even through the TV, man, when he comes on, he just brings something different. I feel like he's really, even yesterday, as soon as he came up, I'm like, something's gonna happen, or like his movement was so. I feel like he's settled now, like he's more comfortable, and we're gonna see a lot from
Yeah,
Havertz
so
this
I'm
year.
saying Haaland needs that as well, even though he's generational. He needs time to settle. Lukaku doesn't. He's played Premiership football. He's played for 3 different clubs in the Premier League. 4 different clubs he's played. All right.
We can't afford to have that
He hasn't got
settling
time,
period
bruv.
for
And there's no
Lukaku.
fucking debate about it.
Hey, David, I got a question for you. Since you watch a lot of Dortmund, what do you think of Gio Reyna?
I think I think he's got massive potential. I just think he needs like another 1 or 2 seasons, and then he'll be really, really like most of Europe's top seasons. We'll be looking at him.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronnie Reyna's a baller.
It's a big football family in the States.
Yep.
His dad was alright.
No way did Cho get 5 goals in the friendly.
What?
Ross Barkley got 9. That's what I saw in chat. Ross Barkley gets 9 against
Yo, my guy Oscar, what you think about the Cho?
Barkley got 9. Nah, even I can't believe that.
Bro,
shit. I know we finished 13.
Was it playing against
I'm not
Sunday
confident.
League?
I'm not confident that Cho will get a lot of game time this season. To be honest,
No, I don't think that's. I think that's why we're bringing in Koundé, because it'll be a Aspie and a RJ rotation at wing back, and it'll be a Koundé, Chalobah.
Yeah, I think he should get loaned out.
Wait, Oscar, why aren't you confident he'll get game time?
Because in the attacking options, like I said before, I think Werner, Mount, and Lukaku will be like nailed on. If any of those is injured or any issues, you've got Havertz coming in. If any other option, you've got Pulisic coming in. I feel like he's then Ziyech as well. I feel like he's 5th choice for that. So that's just impossible. And then on the right wing back, someone's got echo. On the right wing back, we've got Aspie and we've got James. So those 2 are ahead of him there. I don't see where his game time is going to come from.
You know, I got slated for saying exactly that. Exactly what you just said.
No, I know, but
I got slated.
I know, but in terms of like with preseason and everything, and Chelsea fans who rate Cho, we're talking about how he's going to come in and take the spot. And I'm like, for me, I know Cho is talented, and I'm expecting him to stake his claim, especially now in the early part of the season where a lot of our players in whether the forward line or James at wing back just aren't necessarily match fit 100% yet. I'm expecting him to stake a claim.
But Prime, if I'm being honest, I think he did that last season. I think he got the same amount of goal contributions as Ziyech and Pulisic. We've also spoken about how poor our attackers were last season. Cho was doing numbers despite not playing, and despite playing right wing back, he was still doing numbers. He put in enough good performances to get more game time than he did. Under Tuchel, it didn't come towards the end of the season. So what would change this season? If I'm expecting all of those players to play better, if I'm expecting Lukaku to be scoring goals, how does Cho make his way in? I just don't see it.
But again, I'm talking about, like, for example, Mount just got back. He's not. I wouldn't say he's 100%.
But he's starting.
James isn't. Well, yeah, but again, if some of these players aren't 100% fit yet, and I do rate Cho. I don't think it's crazy to expect him to come and stake a claim. He wasn't necessarily the best in the Super Cup, but again, that is a game where I'm expecting him. There's expectation on him to perform, whether it is at wing back, and people can say it's not his position. Like Saka broke into the Arsenal team because he was playing at left back and left wing back. Like, I don't necessarily see that as an excuse.
I don't care about the position thing. I was saying earlier, I just think if you're playing well, then you should be rewarded with the opportunity to play again. If it's the best fit for the team, if it's going to help the team win, right? And I think countless times I saw last season, Cho played really well and then wasn't in the squad the next game. Sometimes not even on the bench. So why would I think that's going to change this season if I expect better from Werner? I expect a better season from Pulisic. I expect a better season from Ziyech. All of these guys are going to perform better than they did last year. So I don't see where Cho gets his game time. I don't see it.
I don't know if Werner is going to perform better.
I thought he should go on loan. Problem is he's on 120 bags a week, and most loan players, most teams don't play 120 bags a week for a loan player. So we would have to eat half that cost. But the best I've said
boys.
this, the best thing for Callum's development is to go on loan and get game time.
Yeah, I agree.
And then he can play in that left wing position every single week and prove like how good he really is, because he's not going to get an opportunity at Chelsea. No, he will. Like, there's literally no doubt in my mind that this kid, once he starts playing games, we're all going to see that there's a world class wing like potential in this kid to become, and I think he's going to become that player. I just don't think he's going to get an opportunity at Chelsea.
What you got to remember is this season, like pre-season, even Tuchel has said he's starting to see the real Callum Hudson-Odoi, because now he's shaking off the injury properly, and he's happy playing him. So, you could argue that, all right, fair enough, with Lukaku coming in, chances are we might be seeing Werner playing on the left again now. And then you can argue, does Hudson-Odoi get a place there? But it really depends on the match, because if we need like a defensive right back, then we've got Reece James, the best right back in the league at the moment. And if we need to attack a little bit more, we can put 3 at the back, put Callum, right wing back, squad depth. Just keeping the squad depth. But then again, I'm not against a loan either, to let him get 90 minutes a week. No.
Yeah, you're not going to ever develop sitting on the bench. That's just the end of. And
No.
We all know that what the depth chart is. He's 3rd at wing back. He's 5th in the forward line. That spells not a lot of game time, unless there's mass injuries in the team, which could happen. We already have one out. So again, for his development, for his future, he needs to go on loan. And he should have gone on loan, I thought, last year. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. Doesn't mean he's ever going to reach his potential either. Both of those things can be true. He needs the game time to figure out if he's going to reach that potential or he's not. But the only way he gets that is game time, and he's not getting that at Chelsea. That's the end of.
If you're good enough, you play. End of. If you take your chances, you play.
It's not that. It's not that, John.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's.
You do, man. If Cho's scoring a goal and he's creating, he's making things happen, he's linking up with Lukaku, then anyone else who's going to have to struggle to try and compete with him.
He's scored goals and he's got assists and he's not featured the next week. It's not a matter of that.
Look, he hasn't. You can't say he's been unbelievable last season, because he wasn't. When he played, he wasn't unbelievable.
He was really good last season. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really good or an unbelievable are worlds apart, in my opinion.
He was really good in a team where most of the players weren't really good. Like, he was better.
Our whole front line was poor last season.
Exactly, and he wasn't. Choke wasn't.
I wouldn't say he was really. I wouldn't say he was really good.
How many goals?
He was, bro. He was. I can name 5 or 6 games where he was one of our better players.
5 or 6 games is not really good. We have.
Bro, he only started 10, bro. Like, I'm comparing him by percentage of how many games he played.
All right, and how many goals in those games?
He scored about 4 goals last season.
And against who?
He scored against Man City. He scored against West Brom. He scored in the Champions League against Rennes, Champions League against Krasnodar. I think those are the games.
Yeah, so those 2 games are group stage games.
Same open and play
games that you need to win.
Well, but
I will say about the Man City game, we was 3-0 down.
Both of those games were opening goals as well. Like, it's not like
but we won those games easily. The Man City.
So now we're judging the quality of the goals.
Well, no, you got to judge it by the quality of opponent as well.
Okay,
bro, that's who he scored against. Who he plays against? I've just told you he scored against West Brom, who got relegated, and he also scored against Manchester City, who won the league. So whichever way you want to look at it, it doesn't matter what the quality of the goals are.
But when
he scored,
played, there's been games where he's been ghosted as well.
Yeah, but they're few and far between in comparison to the games that he plays well. That's what I'm saying.
If you're talking about the quality of opponents, look at Mount's open play assists against the teams he had. we could be judging him on that, and Cho has
You
the
can't
same
even
amount of
bring
open
Mount
play.
and Cho into the same fucking conversation.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Well,
but
no,
you're
you
saying
don't
the
bring up
quality.
Mount in
You're
the
saying the
conversation with
quality,
Cho, because
though. You're saying
Mount is
you're
a dead
excusing the quality,
first
though.
teamer.
You're excusing the
There's no
quality.
question.
It's the argument. You're saying the quality of team.
Cho is still
But
a
he's
potential
trying to make
player.
he's trying to make sense. It doesn't matter. He's still producing. So you can't bring up or look at the quality of team. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying about Mount
Yeah, but
compared
Mount's
to,
played over
but I'm
60
saying
odd
what your
games,
argument is.
so he's going to play against
And that's
better
even
teams.
worse.
Well,
Why is that
even
the
worse?
number is that
He's our player of the
low.
season.
If you're playing 60 games and you're in attacking position, we're expecting more open play assists.
Well, he delivered the most out of all of our forwards.
If Cho's playing less games and he's getting the same amount, that looks kind of bad.
Listen, at the end of the day, Cho's got to take his chances this season if he does stay. He's got to take chances.
I was just backing up.
He took it. My point in response to that would be he took his chances last season and it wasn't good enough for the managers, and that's fair enough. He needs to go and play somewhere else and prove that he is good enough, and then all the Chelsea fans will want him back. Simple as.
Oscar, can I ask a question? This is maybe not even specifically for Cho, but for everyone else in general, in terms of our attackers. So, you're saying Cho's stats were good, but in comparison to the rest of our attack being poor, is that really a fair metric to base it against? So is that Cho being great on his own merit, or is that him being great or being good or whatever because everyone else was poor?
I think he was good on his own merit, and I think I'm judging his attacking numbers in comparison to the wingers in the team, which is Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic. Bearing in mind that Cho played most of his Premier League starts as a wing back, not in an attacking area, he still put up the same goals and assists as those guys, despite having far less minutes. Now, we would expect him to kick on and have more if he played consistently. Like you were saying earlier, he's a young player. So is Pulisic. They're both young players. They need consistent games in order to get rhythm and to play better. So if Cho was given consistent games, I'm assuming he would replicate his performances and score more goals at the same proportionate rate. And if that's the case, then he would have double figures in goals and double figures in assists. We know it doesn't work like that always, but I'm just assuming.
Fair. I mean, this question is not, again, it's not me targeting Cho, because I could ask kind of the same thing in terms of everyone else. Like, in terms of, people are saying in terms of our forward line not being clinical and Werner and stuff. So then with Lukaku coming in, it's safe for me to assume that everyone else's assist rate is going to improve massively, yes?
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what we expect.
Like Cho whenever he plays Ziyech, Mount,
Ziyech, Mount, Pulisic, all of them.
Chilwell as well.
Even Werner.
Yeah, because crosses into the box as well. Chilwell and James better be feasting too.
Hey, no Kane in the game. He did not travel with the team.
Yeah, Kane's
not.
But with Havertz not being out injured and being fit and performing well,
even him,
he's going to get goals and improve as well.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Cho, how well he plays and how well in terms of everyone else plays and everyone's playing on form. Because what you and Shades and stuff say about Cho's potential and his talent, that's why I don't want him to leave. Because I do want him to force his way in with everyone else, because I think there is space for him in this team. But he has to prove it.
Speaking of Shades,
guys, Rice is having a good game.
I don't know, my camera's moving a bit mad.
Oh, yo, Shades is in
Hey,
here.
Lewis, I'm out. I gotta go eat some breakfast, man.
I just
Where
Catch you later, Jester.
Where you going? Have you got a Cho agenda? Come back.
Who's got a Cho agenda?
Cho agenda. I have a Cho Stan agenda. If you're a Cho Stan,
my man's here. What are you saying?
I gotta go eat breakfast. I've been on the stream for 2 hours. Where you been?
Where have I been? I was praising my Lord. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. I've been on the stream for 2 hours, man. Got to eat breakfast. I got up at 7. I got on here at 7:30 in the a.m. So, I haven't had breakfast yet. So.
That timing, man.
Have some lunch, Shades. Go on, son. Where's the minerals? Show minerals.
Left, bro.
Anyway, yeah, I've been sent here to cause chaos. So what are we saying, guys?
I don't know. Right now, we're in the middle of just talking about how much game time we expect Cho to be getting for the season, and if we expect him to be playing in the front three.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I feel like
I
we're talking
expect
about.
him to be playing in the front three, feasting in the front three, and really showing everyone what he can do. Does anyone disagree?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
over
won't
who?
be doing that this season, but
Over who?
Well, you won't be doing that this season. And if you
well,
want to know
that's cool.
over
I know
who,
that. I
Johnny,
know that I won't be doing that
No,
this season.
but
But I know
Shades, like
Cho is a wing back now for Chelsea. I understand that.
Shades,
he is a winger.
if we're being realistic, those left wing opportunities are just not going to come this season.
Yeah.
We've got too many players that play in that position, and for some reason, despite how bad or good they play, those players are ahead of Cho in Tuchel's eyes. So
That's
what I
because
was
they
just
have
saying
the
earlier
right
is,
side.
I don't see where Cho's going to play. Oh, he's gone. I don't see where Cho's going to play this year.
Oh, his connection's probably dodgy. He'll be in a minute.
What's the obsession with Cho at left wing? Like,
That's his best position.
Is he not equally adept on the right?
No, he's better on the left.
Nah, we've just pushed him there because Hazard was there, and then we had Pulisic and William playing on the left as well.
He's, in my opinion, he's probably the best on the right out of what we have.
No, but Prime, that's exactly my frustration because he's amazing. Like his best position is left wing. You're saying he's good on the right. Right wing back, he's gone in that position and had man of the match performances on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Left wing back, he played in a preseason game and was tearing up Arsenal. So every position we put this guy in, he's proven he can affect the game.
Don't use Arsenal as a reason. That doesn't count. Don't use that. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying where he's played, innit? I get you. But like in my eyes, everywhere we put him, he's putting a good performance in any other position. So I don't see why the game time doesn't count.
Oscar, does he start over Mount? No. Does he start over Havertz? No. Does he start over Pulisic?
Yeah.
Maybe.
When those guys are not playing well, yes. Like if they're all playing well, no. When Werner's not playing well, he should.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean,
but that didn't happen last season.
Everyone says that Werner
That's my
doesn't
point.
play well at all, and yet he's playing every game. So he must
Did Werner play well yesterday? Did Werner play well yesterday?
He done all
didn't
right.
play.
He didn't play well. He didn't play well.
You didn't say he played well, so he didn't.
He could have played a lot better.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nah.
Did Pulisic play well yesterday?
Johnny, I can't lie.
Yeah,
He's the worst
Pulisic played well.
player yesterday.
No, Chris, did he play well? I'm not asking did he score. Did he play well?
I think
he
our
did
whole
all right
attack wasn't
in
the best,
periods.
but I thought he did this job.
All right, I'll give you my opinion. In my opinion, Werner didn't play well, Pulisic didn't play well, but one of them will be playing against Arsenal, and Cho will be on the bench again. So when those players are not playing well, they're rewarded with the opportunity to
Oscar,
start
I
again.
don't think either of them are playing against Arsenal. I think it's Mount, Havertz, Lukaku.
Nah, it's Mount Werner.
I don't know.
Mount
I don't
Werner,
know if Werner
Lukaku.
plays, man.
You think?
I think no, because Havertz should be playing this game.
Yeah, Havertz got to play against Arsenal. He's been rested now. He played,
The only way
a lot of minutes
Havertz
in the
plays
Super Cup.
is if Lukaku doesn't play. That's
No,
the only way.
Lukaku's going to play, man.
Exactly. So it's going to be
Imagine
Mount,
if Tuchel,
Werner, Lukaku. That's
imagine
what
if
it's going to be.
Tuchel goes,
mad.
Werner, Lukaku, Havertz. Ooh.
I think we'll see as well Havertz, Lukaku, and Werner, like in some games maybe. Some, not all, of course. Like we could have a lot of rotation. I think this is Thomas Tuchel as well. We're gonna have a lot of rotation in our squad. He does do a lot of rotation. He's changed.
So wait,
was
the preseason was that friendly that he wanted people to get today?
We had friendly today.
Like remember
Yeah, we beat Weymouth 13-0.
I was at training today.
You know what's weird? Yeah,
It was peak.
For the players that just came back, I heard we were going to get a friendly, but I thought it would be before the season started. So the fact that it came out today, I don't know if they just played it.
I think that was Thomas Tuchel's instruction.
But like, when? My point is, when did they play it?
What was that? Say again?
Just had a match yesterday.
I want to know when. I don't know when the game was played.
Today, apparently.
Yeah, it was this morning. Like just as we started the stream, the game was finishing up.
Okay, so because again, it's weird because we just played yesterday. That's why I just put whatever.
Yeah, but that's why it's definitely something Tuchel instructed.
Tuchel said some players still lack match minutes. So
sharpness and stuff like that.
I know that, but I heard like about 2 or 3 weeks ago that we would get behind the closed door friendly. We get behind the closed door friendly before the season starts. That's why it's weird that we were playing it today. We're playing that game today. So I'm just asking.
What did I miss?
No, we were just going again through like the Cho debate, and is he going to
Nothing,
get
my
any
man.
minutes at
You
left
didn't miss
wing?
nothing, geezer.
So someone said chosen bomb, but we move.
Now, realistically, though, I see it like okay, I'm gonna use this name. It's gonna sound a bit mad, but you know Mo Salah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's left-footed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he plays on the right because he can cut in and score and create and do what he needs to do. Cho is mostly right-footed, and why he works so well on the left is because he's already a good passer, and we know that. But he can cut in and shoot and be more of a goal threat as well. On the right, he has to kind of always adapt his game to just like being creative, passing, crossing, and we can see in his numbers.
If you just say Cho has good shooting, I don't know about that. Cho doesn't have the best shooting.
His connection is doing a disgrace.
Cho's a good player.
Rice is playing well. We need a midfielder.
We're not paying 80 mil for Rice. We're not doing that.
Right, and Tchouaméni and Kamara are for sale. So
and also, Rice realistically shouldn't even be starting this game for West Ham.
Because of what?
It's in the fact that he got back and he played in the final with the Euros and stuff.
They need him.
I mean, Jorginho started. Jorginho started for us.
Yeah, but again, that is true. But I don't know what West Ham's prep time is like. So I'm making an assumption.
He has to play.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just making an assumption. I don't know what West Ham's preseason is.
I think all of the finalists for the Euros are going to be playing for their teams this weekend.
Oh right, am I back now?
Except Calvin.
Yeah, you're back.
Saying nothing.
Yeah, you were in the middle of saying something.
You were saying about Cho like cutting in. I don't know if you actually. For Salah,
so
but...
basically, if he plays on the left, he's more able to cut in and be more of a goal threat. Now, obviously, based on what we've seen, we can say maybe Cho's not the best at shooting the ball. However, again, all we've really seen of him is him being on the right, and the angles to shoot are kind of different because he likes to use his right foot. That's what I'm saying.
He's always got to go wide, isn't he, to cross? Because he uses his right foot. He'll end up going wide right to cross with his right. If he cuts in on the right side, he needs to shimmy it to the right to have a shot. But you need more time for that. Whereas on the left, he can run onto the ball and literally just smash it like he did against West Brom with Havertz.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where his best performance was against Everton, right? When he played on the left. He looked deadly. He was my second man of the match in that game. I haven't seen Cho play like that ever since. He's never played in that position ever since. He's always played on right wing back or right wing. And that's
Johnny's spitting facts. But
it's true, I know that. But
what annoys me,
Cho's got to earn it on the left. He's got to say to Tuchel, I'm better than Pulisic. I'm better than Werner. I need to play on the left.
But this is the thing. It's like his name doesn't hold as much weight as a Pulisic, no matter what he does, and that's what the problem is. Because as much as we want to believe that it's a meritocracy in terms of who gets their place, it's a bit political, and names have to be considered. Like dropping Werner sounds mad. No matter what he does, it just sounds mad if you see him on the bench. Maybe that's what plays in Tuchel's mind. I don't know.
Shade. It's like they could have a bad game and still start the next game.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? The moment Cho has a bad game, he's like bench.
Yeah, but Xavi, it's down to opposition as well. Like it depends who you're playing, and Tuchel will look at the personnel and go, right, he's better for this game and this opponent. And that's why I don't think you're just going to have a set. You know, like Liverpool.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
Yeah, we know that. But
we're not like that at all.
Yeah, but the thing is, the people that he rotates with isn't really going to be Cho. It's still going to be the people that have, a bigger name. Their name holds a bit more weight. So like a Pulisic or a Werner, he's probably going to rotate between those two. instead of
I mean,
adding Cho to that
Tuchel
maybe.
must be not seeing something to not play him. I don't know, man.
But this is the thing. I would agree with that. But it's like that's what we kind of said with Frank Lampard as well. There must be something he's not seeing, and ultimately, he lost his job.
Cho's only now you heard Tuchel say that he's got over his injury. He's now in his best physical shape right now. But he wasn't like that under Lampard. He wasn't ready to just be thrown in like that. So I think in that period it's a bit unfair to say that.
He still performed when he was called upon.
Yeah, I'm talking strictly 2021. 1920, I can sort of hear that argument a bit more. Plus, you have Pulisic really doing his thing. Willian on the other side. I would have preferred Cho, but Willian was just there in it. So, yeah.
It's a bad injury what he got though, Shade.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It takes a long time. He's lucky he's young to have that injury. Because if he was any older, he might not ever really recover fully. But
this is the argument I kind of have with myself. Because it's a big injury, I understand. But at the same time, he still had great performances in the 1920 season. I feel like maybe a bit more game time could have actually benefited his development in getting over that injury. Because it's one thing to actually like move around and stuff, which he was doing in the 1920 season. But when it comes to a game, match sharpness, all of that stuff, you can't really like replicate that in training or anything else.
Well,
I don't know. That's what I
think.
think.
He deserves to. I think he's good enough to play for Chelsea, but he's also at the stage where he can be eased in, and Tuchel will ease him in the right games, and then he'll slowly improve and get better, and we'll start to see a better Cho. But
I hope that's the case.
I don't think going on loan is going to benefit him at all.
Lewis, can you
Johnny,
Johnny,
I definitely hope that's the case. But I feel like another thing to consider is obviously those playing ahead of him. Obviously, I'm gonna say this joke as only banter, guys. But Crystal Palace man struck again. When we played Crystal Palace. But Werner as well. I don't know. Did he have an all right game? Maybe. But if those performances is what we keep on getting, why not give Cho a chance instead of them? I don't know.
Do you reckon that Cho's going to be good playing as a inside forward than Werner?
I reckon Cho will definitely be.
He can handle
better
it.
than Werner in terms of like progressing the ball and being on the ball. In terms of movement, I think that's one thing that Werner has that's very elite.
Look how he links up with Havertz and Everton. If that was Lukaku, the link up. If Lukaku can hold the ball like Havertz that good, which I'm sure he can, then they linked up beautifully.
Yeah. That's another thing. Hudson-Odoi and Havertz. That's something that needs to be explored. Needs to be explored.
But Shades, it's Hudson-Odoi and everyone, bro. Hudson-Odoi and Mount is quality. Hudson-Odoi and Reece James is quality. He links up well with so many different players.
Yeah, that
he just
too.
understands how to move.
And I think Werner, maybe he only really has that good link up with Havertz, them being German, them being friends, but with everyone else, I don't know. Huh?
He has a very good link up with Ziyech. He's actually created for Ziyech a few times when we played together.
Yeah, that's good then. But the same with Hudson, it's everyone, and with Werner, it's selective people. I don't know what to make of that, but
I think he's got a good link up with Lukaku because he's that big striker.
You don't know with Pulisic, is he going to be fit the whole season? And if he's not, if he does get injured and he's not fit, then that's Cho's chance to like say, look, I'm the next in line. So I don't think loaning Cho. I think loaning Cho will be a really bad move. I think he's got enough in his locker to offer to contribute for this season to compete and win the title and Champions League for that matter. But players like loaning Billy Gilmore, I don't agree with that either. I think he's good enough to stay. He's too good for Norwich. It's not going to benefit him. He's just getting minutes under his belt. That's all he's doing. He's not actually developing as a player.
Minutes is what he needs.
Yeah, but you say that. I think Cho's minutes playing at a high level is more valuable than just playing every game for a dead team.
Oh yeah, no, Cho's different because development is different for different players. I think with Gilmore, the only way I say it's wrong is if we don't get another midfielder in. Or don't play another midfielder, and we stick with the three. That's where it will be wrong.
Johnny, I think like the loan with Billy Gilmore, I think we did really well because the football Norwich play is, I think, similar to the way we play. They don't just put 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah, I know, but did you watch him yesterday? Did you watch him yesterday? Did you see the game?
semi-watched it. I hadn't.
Well, I watched it, and Billy Gilmore done all the right things, but up
Oh, I
front,
watched that game.
from his balls when he plays his typical Billy Esther balls. After that, it's dead, bruv. It's like they're toothless. They've got nothing up front, so I can't see them really surviving.
Johnny, you know that Norwich game? I thought Pookie looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like his link up was good. He had a good chance, but then
right, but they did nothing.
I still need to watch the highlights. I can't lie, I missed all of it.
I actually thought they had a few good, decent chances. They didn't actually just pull away. That's the one bad thing, I guess, for Norwich. They could have actually took it to Liverpool in all fairness, but it just kind of fell through.
Yeah, toothless.
And I do admit Billy was pretty decent yesterday, pretty good actually.
He ran it in the midfield. He made the game tick.
Yeah.
He was pointing at all their players, telling them where to be, what passes to make. Like
I think it's gonna be good from Johnny. Honestly, I know it's gonna be like a tough
but Johnny,
season, but it's gonna be good.
isn't this why he should have taken the loan spell?
I just don't think it's a quality enough side to benefit him. I think
But they're going to be so much better because they have Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, but you can't rely on he doesn't score you goals, Gilmore. He just makes the game.
That's where Norwich's manager used to be Tuchel's assistant.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
I feel like Johnny, I feel like the loan. I feel like if we sent him out to like a Newcastle or Crystal Palace where they're constantly putting players behind the ball and he's doing a lot of off the ball work instead of being on the ball, then I would understand. But I think the loan move to Norwich, I think, will benefit him because of the way Norwich play.
We'll see, but to me, what I saw, he's good enough to play.
Can I say one thing to you, Johnny? You know, with Reece James, when he got loaned out to Wigan, they was a god-awful team in the Championship, and it's literally the reason why they stayed out of relegation was because of Reece James, and it's a good move for him because I think it's made him a lot better player. He can play DM there. He has decent shooting. If you saw at Wigan, he had like a shot from near the halfway up. 35 yards out he scored from it. It's a really good goal. Like,
but
it improved him massively.
Shade says, it's different development for different players. Like Mason Mount went to Vitesse and he went to Derby.
Yeah.
You know, it's what suits that player in that moment of time. And Billy's that good that he can't just go to Championship side. That's a downgrade for him at the age he's at and the level he's at. So if he wants to go on loan, he has to go to Premiership side. But
big up Dinishin as well. I didn't read your super chat saying if Werner underperforms this year, he'll be gone. He will be gone.
Poor. They're poor up front, man. They're really poor.
No, will he be gone?
Pookie can get goals. Pookie can get goals.
Yeah, but
guys, can I say one thing?
Cantwell, whatever his name is, he's rubbish, man.
Can I say one thing? Now that we got Lukaku, and Lukaku's gonna play against Arsenal, I don't want to see Werner play regularly, man. Like I get him playing because we didn't have a top striker, but now we got a top striker, I don't want to see Werner playing regularly because we got.
I got bad news for you, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're gonna play Highland or low block, man.
Timo's unstoppable, guys.
Yeah. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. Embrace it, bro.
Ignore the comments. Ignore the comments.
Hopefully, he becomes an elite player this season because I'm hoping for.
Hopefully, man.
Bro, that touch. It was scaring me yesterday, bro. Like
it's always that touch has always been there, man. But
I know, but like
movement. Am I right?
Don't you think he does it on purpose?
One gets me mad on a different level. Like you don't understand, bro. We can literally be playing like 10 beautiful passes, and then one will just randomly try to go on a run and lose the ball, and I just want to punch my TV, bro. This guy, man, he's effective, but he's so frustrating. That's the
what's crazy,
I get that. I get he's frustrating.
I think with like him not playing in that central role will be less frustrating than he do out wide and just like makes his burst to the byline, cross it in. Lukaku just taps it in for goals. He just racks up them assists.
Is that faster? Big up Diligence saying if Werner underperforms this year, will he be gone? Very likely he leaves if he has a second poor season. I can't lie to you. But yeah, that is Klausdrup. What are you saying?
Werner is undroppable. He never has a bad game.
Undroppable? What?
He had a bad game yesterday.
No, he was man of the match. He was the second man of the match.
Okay, Klausdrup, come on.
Do you have eyes?
Hey, yo, Lewis, I gotta go, bro. I'll catch you later.
Bless.
Alonso, then Werner, and then Chalobah, and then Rudiger. They were my. Listen, people are saying he can't play low block. He's a proper low block guy. He's a proper low block. Listen, the way he keeps low block teams. Oh my God, like so backward.
Is
Like
there a
literally.
Specsavers near where you live?
No. Listen, Werner is absolute class. Like he's a future legend.
Class?
Listen,
What class are you talking about?
Yeah. Werner is absolute
The
class.
class of Bakayoko?
No. Listen, he's a future He's a future captain, then future manager, and then future hockey.
Brother, you're trolling. You must be trolling.
No.
I'm a Werner's the biggest
Werner
Werner's
is
fan, yeah,
absolute.
but
The
this is
last
mad.
game we played, we won 3-0, right? We
You
won
said
3-0.
what? Did he say Werner's a future captain?
Future captain, future manager, like this
future manager. Okay, class up. You need to chill.
Nazareth, yeah, I got a Specsavers and opticians on my road, bro. Road true, and that man will give you the address.
Dude, honestly, no, do that.
What? Wait. So, what did you see from his performance yesterday that made you say man of the match?
Listen, he was doing only a job of two players, two strikers, because we have got a 5-player at the back and 2 in the twin sixes. It was, we only have 3 attacking players. So Werner was actually doing, for example, for a formation of 4-4-2, right? He was doing 4-4-3 formation, even though we had 5 at the back. Do you get me? Like he covers.
I know, but his first touch was still horrendous, and he still missed numerous chances.
Your internet needs to be confiscated.
Describes how he plays, bro.
No, he was doing his job because he was doing his proper job. He had a responsibility. He did it. He doesn't care about glory. He doesn't care about goals. He just wants his team to win. And this is a Tuchel and Werner system. That's why
he's a team player, bro. He's a team player, man.
I get that, but why?
Team player? Is he Milner? Did we pay that much money for Milner?
No. Listen, who's bringing Milner up in here, bruv? Come on, man. Let's have some respect on Werner.
How much money? Like 45 million?
No.
Listen, Werner is going to be just gravy, bruv. You'll see. Don't worry about it.
He is gravy. Listen, listen. What's his name? Johnny. Don't get into online. Tuchel doesn't even have an online account. They don't do online things, right? So these people are telling you psychologically that Werner had a very poor season last season. He won us a fucking Champions League.
You're trolling.
He's winning us a Premier League this time. Just enjoy, man. This is the best guy in our club. He is doing all the dirty work.
Stop trolling,
Listen,
support a different club, man.
World class for low block. Low block have no chance against Werner. Because
Hey,
you let
Lewis,
other people shine.
this is your stream. I'm just letting you know. This is your guy. Your guy.
Oh, mate. Klasrev, I don't know. Other than runs, I don't know what he's brought in preseason and even on this.
Listen, Chalobah scored the goal. He went to him. He congratulated him.
Yeah.
Look, and listen. Yeah, he pushed. When Chalobah was about to score a goal, he pushed defenders more backward so he can have a shot.
Are you German?
What?
Are you German?
No, he's been half Austrian, half Germany. Yeah, whatever. But Austrian is like German people. But I like Werner. I like Werner.
He hates Klasov though. No, Klasov. He hates Kai Havertz.
You said you're half Austrian, half what?
Hi.
Wait, what was that?
What was that?
What was that noise?
I'm not involved.
Oh my God. Is that Cluster Sister or something?
Yo, who's watching porn on screen?
Werner is undroppable, bro. Werner is undroppable. I am enjoying him
Who's
so
watching
much.
porn on screen?
Yesterday was like perfect. He doesn't care about goals, man. He doesn't. He is so unselfish.
He definitely don't care about goals. For
You
sure.
know what?
We have the best thing in our club, man. We have the best thing in our club.
Austria is close enough to Germany. Yeah? I'm sure they sell non-alcoholic beer. Try some. You must be drunk right now. Stop the alcohol. Put it away. And just
I saw
you're speaking rubbish.
I saw this game again, and also against Villarreal. Both the games, he absolutely made the defender.
Krasov, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you what time is it? Where you are at now? Right
17-6, 5-6.
5-6.
Yeah,
bro.
1 hour ahead.
Bro, you could have at least waited until the night, man, to get drunk, bro. Why so early?
Exactly.
Bro, like, I mean, I don't even drink, bro.
Yeah, I feel like we've had this conversation. But what, you rate Werner, but you don't rate Havertz?
Yeah, he doesn't rate Kai Havertz, so it's strange because Kai Havertz is very, very.
Said in the comments, Lawrence is from
Someone needs to confiscate his eyes, G. Someone needs to, because that's not right.
Put him where?
I don't anywhere else.
Look, I like Timo Werner, but Klasev, he likes him on a whole new level.
Man said future captain. Do you even
I
know
know.
Werner?
He's future captain. That's never gonna happen. It's gonna be Mason Mount, Reece James, or something like that. I don't know.
Man's captain of what, cuz?
He's not gonna be future captain or manager. No way.
Well, I'm gonna be back because my child have stuck his fucking finger in the cola.
Why have Spurs used the same stripe like our Chelsea top on their top? Man?
Kane goes AWOL, man.
Have you seen their training kit? What a piss!
Whose training kit?
Tottenham's training kit, bro. It's
that
quite
mean?
similar
What about-
to Chelsea, you know, with the yellow
Yeah,
stripe
because
down the
they
arm.
have the same colorways and everything.
Yeah,
Blame-
man. I'm not
you
happy.
can
Yeah,
blame
but they're done by Nike, aren't they? So
Yeah, well, Nike should know better, man, not to associate. us
Nike
with
don't know
that
better. That's the
dead
problem.
club.
Sorry, do you not see our kits in 17-18, man? They looked identical.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Boy, Grealish is starting as an 8.
What?
Oh, nice.
He started
he'll
from
probably end up as
started
left
from Man
wing,
City
you know about
today. In
That's
midfield.
so wild. Pep is. You know what? Tuchel's go. If Pep loses today, Tuchel's break Pep. That's what's gonna be.
Not gonna lie, I'm here for the propaganda.
Nah, they'll say Nuno broke Pep or some bullshit like that.
No. Because if you look at last season, Pep was scratching his bald head and thinking, "What can I do to break this Tuchel?" And he just couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
but it's
No,
Three
that's not
times.
what he was thinking. He was thinking, why Chelsea play so good?
he explained
They
it
play
37,
so wide.
37 seconds. Yeah.
You've got the 3 at the back with the 5 and the 2 and Cho making runs. And...
Oh man, that video will never not finish me.
You fully tried
Fuck
to.
you now.
Why is Grealish playing at 8?
Hi, Donald, what are you saying, bro?
Yo guys, big ups everyone.
Good man.
Big up, man. We've gone through a lot in the last 2.5 hours, so just whatever points you want to add, just drop it.
I just wanted to say, did any of you watch?
Like against Villarreal, when this tall guy,
what?
Werner shot the ball to the what do you call it?
Wait, what? Wait, I think I don't even know. Klaus, what you on about, bro?
Like corner, like Ziyech corner, and Werner was nowhere. Like this Villarreal defender, Albiol, I don't know. He was like bodying him, and he still got the shot. He shot the ball, and it was
I'm not
a
gonna
goal.
lie, in that Super Cup, he wasn't that great.
Yo, Classy. So, do you remember that ball Chalobah played over the top to Werner and he like ran onto it, right? Remember?
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What was that?
He should be an Olympic, bro. He just runs past the ball and that. Forget
Come
that.
on.
What was he trying to do there?
People are talking about his runnings and everything. Obviously, running is important in football. He's a striker. Running is really
I'm not
important.
talking about the run. I'm
No,
talking
but
about
guys, they bullied Usain Bolt out of the game because of his touch, but Werner gets to make it. Can someone explain this to me, please? Because I don't understand. They both do the same thing. They run fast.
Yeah, listen. Every striker has listen. He's the only one who's facing 4 defenders in every single game, and he's able to make them fool because he's allowing his teammates to go at goals. So he's doing a job of 2 people. And when we have Lukaku, he would literally destroy every team, every single team. He already has destroyed all the team. 95% of win rate when he's on the field. Even for Germany. When he was on the field, we won every single match. The guy is a god. Like
we actually
the guy
can't
is a
beat
god.
this guy.
The guy does so much for his team. He does all the laundry work.
What about Kai Havertz? What about Kai Havertz?
Yeah, Kai Havertz would. He's fine. He's not that good, to be honest. Like he's not like Werner.
He's not that good. Really? Can you ask me something? What planet did you come from, really? What planet?
This is a Tuchel and Werner plan. This is a Tuchel Werner planet.
Werner didn't even make the Germany team during the Euros.
Yeah, Werner didn't make it, but Kai Havertz started every match.
Yeah, because we had no other option for what you call Havertz. So Havertz is not that bad player, but he's not a winner. He's not a winner like Werner.
He won us the Champions League. He's not a winner there.
He scored the winner in the Champions League final, bro.
Brother.
Yeah,
One
but
is
like
25.
it was also
Havertz is
Werner.
21.
No, listen, I've got no agenda against Havertz. I'm just trying to talk about like Werner thing.
Okay, good. At very least, there's no Havertz.
Kasraf, I swear you said Werner should be a number 10.
Well,
Yo, did any of you watch
He
the
said he's a midfielder,
West
yeah.
Ham game?
He
Did
said
you guys
he
watch
should
the
be
West Ham game?
Donald, the West Ham match. We watched that one. That's been the best match of the weekend.
Yeah, Declan Rice.
Yeah, that's a
was
good
nice.
match. That's a crazy good match.
Did you see
I
Declan
like
He
that.
Rice?
got fun at the start, but then he really turned things around. I'll give Rice credit for that. He still ain't worth 80 million, but it's what
Yeah,
it
of
is.
course.
Lewis, I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I'm so satisfied and happy with Werner. Trust me.
I don't get why, because he keeps missing chances.
He doesn't
Lewis,
have any.
you speak
striker.
sense and
He
he
doesn't
does.
have a
This
proper
conversation will never
mature
work.
talent. He doesn't have
No,
growth.
but I just want to understand his mindset.
Well, good luck.
Because he touches the lower block. He's perfect for lower block. He stretches them. He makes them
Perfect for low blocks.
Yeah, he's perfect. People are saying he's not for a low block, but he is. He's actually for all kind of a block.
Class you know where the team of strengths
play
mainly
against a low
is
block,
when someone's
bro.
playing a high line. A high line is a strength.
When
runs
the
behind.
opponents are doing listen, when opponents are doing low block with 4 or 5 defenders, he's keeping them busy while other teammates are, doing the glory thing, right?
No,
when the other teams are playing higher line, right? He's doing the counter attack, the offsides, and all those things, man. This is listen.
He's offside in low blocks.
He's an art, trust me. This guy is an art.
He got offside yesterday against the low block.
Yeah,
he was
we did
actually
play
offside in the
yesterday.
game. I didn't actually remember seeing offside.
He was offside yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday we were playing low. The other guys were playing lower block, right? So he kept them. He kept them busy. He kept them in the base. So other people like Jorginho Kovacic, they're
What
not
about
like.
Aston Villa last season when we played them in a low block and we lost?
Was it under Lampard?
Nah, Tuchel.
No.
Which game was it?
Arsenal. They played a low
We
block.
got robbed. Lewis, you know we got robbed in that game, right?
Against Arsenal.
Oh, we were horrendous.
I
Werner
hate
did
that
well
bloody
against Arsenal.
I don't think Werner's ever had a good game against a low block.
He listen. Like
do you class Atletico as a low block because they do set up in defense?
I class Atletico as a low block, but they didn't play a low block in the second.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because he did play well against Atletico.
Werner is playing our team for literally until his contract runs out. He is going to be the main guy. Mount, Werner, Jorginho, Rudiger, they are staying. Like
I give you 10 games. 10 games. If Werner doesn't perform, he'll be on the bench.
That is just your social
But that's
media
the
comment,
maddest
right?
thing. It needs 10 bad games for us to bench him.
That is
It's
selective
Tuchel's son.
criticism.
If that's like Joe or
Come
Brulis,
on.
because
Let's
one
not go
game
through
in
this
a row.
crap again.
Because I'd be benching him right now if I was Tuchel.
Oh, that's selective
Yeah,
criticism.
but Tuchel was a Champions League winner, like in whatever position it is.
Yo,
That's his
who
decision.
put Werner in their
If
fantasy
you're a
league?
fan of Lukaku wouldn't be
I
impressed.
did,
with
yeah.
you.
And I got
Are
80
you
points,
kidding
87
me?
points.
Wait a second. If you're a fan of Lukaku would not like you guys going after Werner because he went through a lot. Like
Bro,
saying,
what
like,
the hell is this kid talking about?
Lukaku would be like a big brother to Werner. So if you're talking shit about Werner, Lukaku wouldn't like that because he suffered the same thing with United.
What, Lukaku's gonna beat us up now, or what? Like, what are you saying?
I'm just saying Lukaku went through the same thing with the United, right? Because of his touch and everything, right? So if you're thinking Lukaku would feel very happy, like we are slating Werner and we are making an opportunity for Lukaku. Listen, Lukaku is a very decent human being. He doesn't like that. He wouldn't like that. He would support Werner.
He would support Werner, but like the likes of Jorginho would support him too and still be pissed off because like he's not doing anything with the passes that he's making. Dinishan says if Werner was good, Klasner, if we wouldn't buy Lukaku, like clearly we wouldn't buy Lukaku if Werner was balling out.
Honestly, the more I hear this guy speak, I just want to say, kids, if you're watching, say no to drugs because this is what happens.
Listen. Listen, no drugs here. No drugs. Listen. If Werner can't do everything on his own, he needs some help. He needs a finisher. He cannot do Mount.
Yo, Classy.
Class
Let's
us.
drop all the
That's the
time.
first thing
I know
we've
I'm the biggest better
we
defender.
all agree with you right there. Werner needs help. We agree with you.
Yeah.
As a striker, like somebody needs to be there. Like
Look,
someone like
Lukaku will get the
Lukaku.
best out of Werner. I can guarantee that.
Werner has done a lot for us.
Yo,
man.
nah, J5 looks upgraded, bro. Jorginho looks like upgraded.
I cannot find
That
Werner.
confidence that he has, he looks like a different player. Lewis, did you read the super chat?
Goem saying if J5 keeps form, will he be Chelsea's Busquets? Bro, he already is.
He'll be better than Busquets. Busquets will be the Spanish Jorginho.
Damn right, man. Big up
Yo,
yourself
I
for the
don't know
super
if
chat anyway.
we got this FIFA upgraded Jorginho Euros winning, but the confidence he's playing with is just crazy. Like he even looks quicker to me, like across the.
Jorginho, it was impossible for them to get the ball off him. They couldn't do it yesterday without getting a foul. He was amazing.
good,
Just
eh?
kept the ball in possession, kept beating players and good passes. Didn't put a foot wrong yesterday.
I think the slight change in like the rule will benefit us because referees are more lenient now.
Yeah, and like we're also just talking about Werner, he will get more goals because there'll be less offsides now. He won't be offside by a nose or a finger like he used to be.
They're talking about like you see like these little players going down to ground, they're letting them play on. But I just saw that West Ham game, and that penalty was not a penalty.
Oh, I don't even think I properly saw the incident.
So they're
I can't lie
still
to you.
stinking it up.
Did he get the ball?
Yeah, he did.
Yo, Lewis, I'm off, yeah.
Less, bro. I'm gonna
let's
dip
go.
in a few minutes as well because the Spurs City game's coming up.
Yeah.
Yo, Lewis, check the
now.
answer, by the way. Check the-
Yeah, no worries, bro. Donald,
What
we
are
never even got to your points, man. What points did you want to drop before we wrap up the stream? Sorry about the interruption.
Not much, to be honest. I just wanted to hop in, join the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, much appreciated, man. Sorry, we would have got you in earlier, but the panel always ends up getting hella time. People just keep coming in and out. But great to have you on again as well. And always, like, if you ever want to jump on, link's always free. Just drop me a message. Anybody got any other final thoughts so we wrap up the stream?
Yeah.
Sancho, he's better than Mbappe. He's
Are we gonna? Are we not gonna mention Chalobah outperforming Christensen? No. Okay. Next stream. It's okay. Next stream.
Come on.
Wait. Okay, rewind. Right. So, what did Christensen do wrong in the last game?
What did he do right?
Chalobah kept a clean sheet and scored.
I mean, who's that number 14 that had to get dragged off in the 70th minute because he literally wasn't winning any aerial battles against Christensen, despite being taller than him?
Which number 14?
What was his name? Mateta? Whoever was playing up front.
For Palace, he's a bum. I expect Christensen to dominate him. He's a bum.
And Christensen dominated him.
Well, I know, but Lewis,
He only dominates bums.
Do you know what Sune said about Pogba? I expect it.
Right, and I expected Christensen to do it, and he did it.
Yeah, but Chalobah still outperformed them.
So you're saying you have a Souness agenda?
I mean, Chalobah scored, so if we're going to say that's why, then go for it.
I mean, like on players like how Souness does.
I'm not saying Christensen's man of the match in every game. I'm saying Christensen balls out in every game, and he did his job excellently.
And Prime is saying Chalobah outperformed him.
I wanted to make it. I made it. You're taking it too deep. I just trying to make a joke.
Maybe Lewis likes to take it too deep.
I'm not taking it deep. I thought the way you said it, you said Christensen was. You were implying that he played shit, and he didn't.
No, I was implying that Chalobah had a great game. I'm praising.
And Chalobah had a great game. He probably did have a better game as well.
I'm praising.
Yeah, he's our best
players.
It would be deep if Christensen played badly, but he didn't. So
I mean, that's a story for a different day. Anyway, let's end this.
Story for a different day. Nah, today's the day, man. I want to hear the story.
I just want to say,
He didn't perform bad.
Come on, man. We've had like half an hour of Klansdrift telling me Werner was our best player. So fuck it.
Nah, again, it's story.
We got a game to watch here.
Chalobah is better than Werner. Let's end this, bro.
Yo, guys, what's your score predictions for the game?
For what?
Tottenham 4-1.
6-0 City.
Yeah, do you guys think we should have got rid of Billy Gilmore?
Tottenham 3-0. What's it? Romero hat trick. There's no rules.
Wait, why do we want Spurs winning?
Because
Wait,
they're
City
not-
are title rivals.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're no threat.
Fuck Tottenham. They could beat
Yeah, they're
City and then lose to fucking Brentford next week. Who cares?
Actually, no. Tottenham won't lose to Brentford. That's Arsenal's job.
Nah,
Tottenham have a
North
bit more
London. It's a North London thing. They're both shit.
Oh yeah, of course.
I would love a draw though.
So yeah,
Hey,
first,
hey, Prime, who'd you rather win, City or Tottenham? Tell me.
I'd rather a draw.
No,
I'd
no,
rather a draw.
yeah, cool. A draw's good as well, yeah. But if one's going to win, who'd you rather win?
I don't
Should
want
be
a
an easy
draw.
answer.
I want one of them to win. Someone has to feel pain.
Honestly, going to City. For me, I want to compete with the best. So I want us to win the league when City are at their best. Let's prove how good this team is.
Oh, we're going to.
I want to win the league regardless.
For me, City winning, winning games and stuff, I don't care. As long as we're on our game as well. City can
Of
do what they
course,
want.
but like you win the league by your other teams dropping points. So I want them to drop points.
And you win the league by yourself not dropping points.
Of course,
City
it
are
goes
dropping
both ways.
points.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
like you saw what's it called, the 18-19 season. It got down to 2 points. So regardless, you need your opposition to lose points regardless.
Yeah, true. Again, I'm just like, I don't. This whole stream has gone on to.
We don't rely on Manchester City dropping points, but
I'm
they
just
continue
saying,
to help our
Lewis.
transfer run by doing it.
Prime is talking to you like a little man. I personally wouldn't have it.
Aye, Shay,
no,
yeah,
you're
take
instigator,
the implication. Take the implication for the Discord, bruv, not for here. You wait. Yeah, anyone else? Got anything?
You're from Luton. Thank you, get better Wi-Fi.
Jadon Sancho is overrated because Haaland is banging goals for Dortmund without Jadon Sancho.
Haaland bangs goals regardless. And in your look, I'm not trusting your judgment of strikers or football players, so I wouldn't agree with you.
I don't even like strikers, to be honest. I just don't like strikers.
Wait, Classic, by your logic, is Werner not then overrated because he came to the Prem and is not banging goals? And keep in mind, I rate Werner as well.
I've never said. Are you talking with me or the other guy?
I'm talking about you, Classic. I'm talking to you.
Listen, you just bring up this thing. I've never mentioned about the goals thing.
Bro, I'm messing with you. Bro, I am messing. Classic, I'm just messing with you, bro. It's good.
Right.
I think we should end it.
Dortmund would bang goals. Dortmund and Borussia Mönchengladbach would probably beat Bayern Munich this year. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Dortmund, they would actually beat Bayern Munich this year.
You mean in the one-off game or in the league table?
In the league table, listen, Mönchengladbach is really strong. They've got a lot of players.
Okay. Timo, just to let you know, Class F is Werner's new client.
No, hey, shut up, Prime. Just edit Lou.
Yeah, I can't lie. Klasdorf might be coming for your job still.
Stop taking my job, man.
He would defend him through anything, and
all I'm saying is, if Klasa fails the job interview, we know what happened. That's all I'm saying.
We're always gonna put out a statement like Messi did. Cry.
No. I'm not
I still have faith. We still have faith in Timo, so that's all.
Let's just end it. Fucking hell. Class have been moving wild, bruv.
Nah, bro, like Werner was amazing. Oh, I can't lie, man.
Even
you are like, we could be here for another hour.
The guy got tired after 60 minutes. He was working so hard. He got tired after 60 minutes.
Class F, I know I'm the biggest lawyer, but you're something else, Bethel. I have no idea where you got this energy from, but
listen, no Premier League, no Champions League without Werner, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, we agreed to that. Who said we didn't agree?
Yeah, the class up. We should talk about that game in general, just like one game. We know Timo is probably going to come stronger and ever like with Lukaku.
There's no Champions League without Kepa as well. Let's keep that.
They're noticing every single thing.
Catch you later anyway, Lewis, and the rest of you.
But like every single thing he does, people are talking about it. Why should they talk about it? Because a striker makes a lot of mistakes every time. An inside forward, a football player makes a lot of mistakes in 90 minutes. I don't know why people are microscoping.
All right, no, cool. What do you think of Tammy Abraham?
Billy Gilmore
is a very decent player for a mid-table team with 4-4-2 formation.
Cool.
Yeah, that is actually very true. He did that at Bristol and stuff. Yeah, that's probably Tammy.
That's fine. I just wanted to know what his answer would be.
It's going to be
I'm going to tell you some secret, right? Tuchel didn't come with 3-5-2 formation when he joined Chelsea. It was Werner who helped him, who told him like the attributes of our team, what is the problem, what is not a problem, and then they managed to have 3-5-2 formation. Werner is very helpful to Tuchel.
Classic, are you Classic? Are you brethren with Werner?
I'm just saying Werner really helps Tuchel in a lot of. Even if he doesn't play, if Werner doesn't play, he still helps Werner. He still helps Tuchel a lot. His teammates. He doesn't care about goals. Goals will come. Like when Lukaku comes, goals will come. Listen, we won 3-0. 3-0 is a good thing. It's better than 5-1. Than United. Listen, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. Bro, I'll be back. Bro, I have to go. I'll be back.
It's cool. We're gonna dip anyway.
Yeah, in a bit, man.
Yeah, big up Goyim saying Class Ref is what a bratwurst overdose looks like. Fucking mad. Big up yourself anyway, man. I don't know.
Oh, Shades, what's your speak?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I just got the reference. I'm so late. I can't be asked. But yeah, anybody got any final thoughts before we wrap up the stream?
Open training session on Wednesday. Yeah, that's it.
Just another reminder.
Yo, Calabar.
Chalobah over Koundé. I'm down with that.
Calabar.
Yeah, Chalobah over Koundé and Christensen over both. Let's go. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button.
Subscribe, and I'll meet you here again next week on my channel. All right, bye, guys.
Wait,
Damn
Lewis,
right,
how much is Christensen?
How much is he worth?
Yeah.
30 mil.
150 mil.
So if Real Madrid, because they probably have a centre back crisis, if they offer us 150, you take it.
I don't like this question.
No, I'll give the Mount instead.
Lewis, you're a big man. Answer it.
I don't like this question still.
I don't like Tammy, but I have to suffer for 2 years. Answer.
Oh, you don't like Tammy?
Shades, I don't like you either. Anyways, Lewis, answer.
Prime, stop stirring some troubles.
Lewis,
You only caused me trouble earlier, man.
Regrettably, we probably do.
All right, end of the season, so we'll probably have a Premier League again. 170.
Would you have sold John Terry in his prime for 170?
Yeah.
Before or after racism? Or can I not talk about that?
Before. We'll go before.
Yeah.
Before. No, I wouldn't. I keep him.
Wait, are you talking about? Wait, when was his racist incident? What season was that? 11-12. So you're saying before? If you're, I mean, what centre backs were on offer to get? If we could have got.
Actually, if we sold Terry,
maybe
we could have got like Thiago Silva or something.
Again, Christensen is not Terry.
He did leave that season to go to PSG, so yeah, very good chance.
But Christensen is not Terry.
There's a Viking on Terry.
Yeah, but
Christensen is leaving. He's not negotiating this.
Christensen is leaving in 10 years with numerous Premier League titles.
Listen, he's not negotiating a new contract.
No, the only one who looks like he's not negotiating is Rudiger.
Nah, but the thing is though, like we have to have Christian. Like I can't stand seeing Zuma's leaving, but when he put Zuma in the central of a back three, I can't. I feel like Christian.
You know who would have done a better job there? Ampadu. Big up the Cobham sexuals and that.
And on that, I believe.
Oh no! But yeah. We ain't selling Christensen. He's going to be our next captain, leader, legend, and he's going to be the one lifting the Champions League.
Why don't I just say that instead of saying 150 mil? Then I say, and I offer you 150 mil. Then you start stuttering.
No, because like everybody does have a price tag. Whether people like to say or not, every player has a price tag.
Well, clearly not for you.
Well, mine is just 150, but you also need to give me a bit more profit on top. So,
and I offered you 170.
I'm gonna watch the game, lads. Big up yourself.
200. But yeah, we are gonna dip because I want to watch the game as well. Big up everyone that's locked in. Like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. All of that AC Penitentiary, and we're out. Up the Chels.